The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
This is Carson-Newman basketball on the Eagles Sports Network.
For Penland, catch, shoot, three, up, and it swishes in. CP for three.
We're getting you set for game day with a countdown to tip-off, powered by the Appalachian Electric Cooperative.
Rogers at the free throw line, kicks it out. Alvey into the left corner. Weichel three. Butter. Braylon Weichel flaming hot from the outside.
Carson-Newman basketball is brought to you in part by Appalachian Electric Cooperative. We're AEC, powering the Eagles and Mossy Creek. By Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. By the Eagle Club, the family of Eagles. By Magaha Electric, providing quality electrical services and products to East Tennessee for more than 40 years. By First Bank, the official banking partner of Carson-Newman Athletics. By InterDigital, IT support and marketing, laser focused on your success. By Fresh Ideas, a foundation of fresh food and speedy service. By Lisa's Country Kitchen, the best food for the best prices. By Food City, value every day. By Premier Building Maintenance, delivering service with pride. By Trilite, dream big with Gig. By Modern Woodman Financial Planning, touching lives and securing futures. By the Mossy Creek Roasting Company, family-owned and operated, coffee fueling the Burke Tar Stadium Press Box. And by the Eagle Shop, the official store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Now, here's the voice of the Lady Eagles, Andrew Rogers.
Good morning again from Rock Hill, South Carolina at the Rock Hill Sports and Events Center, where Carson-Newman takes the second step to a South Atlantic Conference championship appearance and title. They face off against Anderson for the fifth straight season at the conference tournament, and for the second straight season, these two clubs will meet in the semi-final round. Andrew Rogers, glad to have you high atop the Rock Hill Sports and Events Center, where Carson-Newman at 20-9, the fourth overall seed in the league tournament, takes on a 13-16 Anderson team here today. The Lady Eagles improved to 21-5 in the quarterfinal round by outscoring UVA Wise by 20 in the second half yesterday to win 73-58. And now the Eagles will try to make their ninth championship game appearance, and they have 3 titles, and they're hunting down a fourth one. Meanwhile, Anderson got to this matchup because of an upset victory over Lenore Ryan on Wednesday to start this women's championship. The Trojans became the second team, second ever 8 seed in league history to defeat a 1 seed. Never trailed, and ended Lenore Ryan's 19-game home winning streak, which was the third longest active winning streak in Division II basketball. The Trojans were on fire. They made 10 of their 16 threes and poured in 79 points to beat the Bears by 16. So even though it is a matchup between a below 500 and an 8-seeded Anderson team, they are a much better team than the record indicates, based off of them beating the number 1 team in the region on Wednesday afternoon. This is the AEC Countdown to Tip-Off, Eagle fans. AEC is your local electric co-op, service you can trust and value you can depend on, powering Mossy Creek. We are AEC, powering what matters most. Head coach Mike Mincy breaks down this Anderson team that he faces for the 5th straight season here at the SAC tournament. His pregame conversation heads your way when we come back to the Rock Hill Sports and Events Center after this.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Our pregame conversation with head coach Mike Mincy heads your way in 60 seconds on the Eagles Sports Network.
In 2025, we celebrate 130 years of Carson-Newman athletics. Over the years, the teams at Carson-Newman have been known for their toughness and Christian spirit. Through the decades, teams and individuals playing at the highest levels have brought recognition for this little school on the banks of Mossy Creek. While we remember the past, we look towards the future. So join the Eagle Club today as we continue to support our athletes and coaches through funding and facilities. Talons up.
Join the Eagle Club today. Visit seeandeagles.com/Eagle Club.
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Andrew Rogers back here on the AEC Countdown to Tip-Off as Carson-Newman meets Anderson in the South Atlantic Conference Women's Basketball Championships for the 5th straight season here with the head coach Mike Mincy on the Eagles Sports Network. Coach, good win for your group by 15, and some would say even better win for what Anderson did to start this tournament on Wednesday afternoon. Defeated Lenore, never trailed to end the Bears' 19-game winning streak. As you looked ahead, started preparation less than 24 hours to get ready for this Trojans team. What impressed you the most about what they were able to do with a obviously upset victory to get to this semifinal game against you?
Yeah, one thing, they came in knowing that they had to win to continue their season, and LR was obviously playing with that number 1 seed pressure and the pressure of obviously trying to host a regional, which is, we felt that before. It's pretty intense, and Anderson came out and hit a lot of shots early and got hot early, and the press from LR didn't necessarily affect them too much. I think they got a lot of looks from both the 3 and the 2 out of LR's rotations on the defensive end, whether it be in defensive transition or whether it be out of the press. And that is also something that we had to go back and look at when we lost at 3rd place, 84-76. We tried to press, and it was an up-tempo game, and because of the press, we gave up stuff out of it. Then we gave up stuff out of defensive transition. We got winded in the second half because I didn't rotate very deep into the bench, but yet we're trying to press and play a certain way, and it obviously did not work. So now we get to come in and try to explore a new game plan, which is obviously we're not going to press. We're going to try to keep them off the free throw line 26 times like what we did there, and then we're going to try to be better on the interior trying to guard Kane, because when Kane catches it, she is a quick mover, and we'll try to go score. And all of those, they did all that nice stuff against LR. When they needed 3 balls, they got it. When they got squirrely a little bit with basketball, but when they turned it over, I don't think LR necessarily converted, but a few times. And then in the second half, they got Kane on islands, and she went to work and kind of extended the lead enough to where they could carry home a big victory.
Andrew Rogers chatting here with head coach Mike Mincy on the Eagles Sports Network. I remember before the road game against Anderson, you said they were a completely different team, and even though they went on a 5-game losing streak after they won that game, it seems like a group that's still playing some pretty good basketball. I know 4 of those 5 losses were by single digits against good teams as well. What has changed with this group the most over this season? Even though the record hasn't reflected that, what has changed to allow them to have some recent success to get to this spot?
I would say probably the addition of Brooks at mid-semester. Even though their record doesn't indicate an improvement per se, I do think that her size and athleticism, because sometimes when you look out at it, you're like, is that Passmore? Because they're wearing the same jersey number. They kind of look the same a little bit. They play a little differently, but I really think that's probably what it is. They had a smaller guard at the time that got injured, and now they're playing with really good size across the board. And, and then it just depends on the game, if they found their groove from the perimeter or if they found their groove inside. And then, sometimes they guard extremely well, and then sometimes they give up numbers.
Defensively, I think you noted it from that last meeting. Killed you in the paint, especially in the second half as the game wore on. And they're coming off a game on Wednesday where they went 10 of 16 from 3. You talked about defending with fouling. What does your group need to do on that end of the floor? Obviously coming off in a very good defensive performance in the second half against Wise to carry that into today's matchup against a totally different offensive team per se.
Well, it's about matchups. You get into tournament time and, matchups become ever critical. Obviously, I don't know when this will go out, but we're starting Delaney Weddington today. I thought she did a phenomenal job in the 20 minutes she played in the second half last night. And so, she's literally almost as tall as Knuckles. And I like, now whether we win or not or it works, I don't have any idea. But I like our matchups individually on every player that they have, and then what we can certainly bring off the bench with our game plan of trying to guard them. But the one thing that we did bad is when we pressed them down there, we're coming off of a road loss at Wise, and we're upset, and and it was just more of a okay, we're tired of that's a terrible loss. Let's go and press and platoon, all that kind of stuff, and it worked for a little bit, but then again, you put Harris at the line 12 times in the first half. She goes 3 of 11 from the field, and we put her at the line 12 times, and she makes all 12 of them. And I think total they made 14 of their 38 points were free throws. Yep. It's just obviously it's a game that we can go back and look at and be like, well, we can't reproduce that, or we're not going to win the game. So now what we don't want to do is get out of bad rotation. We don't want to get into rotations. We don't want to get out of give them easy stuff out of the press, which is what we did. Got to be better in defensive transition. And I like to score the basketball, but I could care less. If we score 80. I just want to win the basketball game. So tonight is a focus largely about how we're going to play defense.
All right, best of luck today.
Thank you, Andrew.
That is the Lady Eagles head coach Mike Mincy. We're back for more after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
We're getting closer to tip-off.
Price picks it up, and Carson-Newman is the South Atlantic Conference Tournament champions.
More CN memories are headed your way on the Eagles Sports Network.
Power comes with not only having a voice, but knowing that it is heard. As part of an electric co-op, you're not just getting electricity, you're getting the power to have your voice heard and the opportunity to work together with your community to create a better tomorrow. Here, you're not just a customer, you're a member. AEC, empowering voices just like yours.
Hey Eagle fans, check out the Eagle Shop, the official store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Located in the MSAC Grand Hall, the Eagle Shop has all your Carson-Newman apparel, from brands like Nike, Columbia, and Comfort Colors. The Eagle Shop has all your gifts, gear, and accessories. Can't make it in person? Visit eagleshop.cn.edu. That's eagleshop.cn.edu for all your Carson-Newman clothing needs.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
There's new fresh ideas on campus. From Chick-fil-A to Maples Coffee to Sabarijos, Fresh Ideas has tons of high-quality dining options for whatever taste you may need. Sabarijos is open Monday through Friday for lunch and dinner in the Health Sciences Building. Sabarijos features all your Mexican favorites, from burritos to nachos to quesadillas to tacos to anything you can think of in a tortilla. Follow Fresh Ideas on Instagram at Carson-Newman Dining.
This
goes up with the right hand, scores, and one.
Is Carson-Newman women's basketball on the Eagle Sports Network.
To Weichel, top of the key three for Braylon's up, swished in. Braylon Weichel from downtown gives Carson-Newman the lead back.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Appalachian Electric Cooperative, Domino's, Fresh Ideas, by the Eagle Club, First Bank, by Magaha Electric, Inner Digital, by Food City, by the Eagle Shop, Tri-Light, by Premier Building Maintenance, by Modern Woodman Financial Planning, by the Mossy Creek Roasting Company, and by Lisa's Country Kitchen. Now back to the voice of the Lady Eagles, Andrew Rogers.
All right, back at the Rock Hill Sports and Event Center. Carson-Newman and Anderson set to meet in the conference championships for the 5th straight season and for the 2nd straight season in the SAC semifinals. The Trojans are 13-16, led by Jonathan Barbary. This is his 10th season with the Trojans. Here's his starting lineup. A 5'8 graduate student guard, transfer from Johnson C. Smith and Winthrop is Ciara Harris. She scored 21 in the quarterfinal round against Lenore Ryan and made 4 threes. Also in the backcourt, a senior guard from Knoxville, Tennessee, Ashlyn Sheridan, makes her 28th start of the year and averages 9 points per game. Jada Brooks is a 5'6 freshman or sophomore transfer, making her 12th start of the year. Mid-year transfer has been a big impact for this team. The front court is a 5'11 forward from Covington, Georgia, Ashley Hill, and Kyla Kane went for 20-plus against Carson-Newman in that last meeting. She rounds out the lineup. You heard Mike Mincy say Carson-Newman will be turning to Delaney Weddington today, so the 10th different Lady Eagle to make a start this year. She is inserted in after matching her career high with 12 points in yesterday's quarterfinal victory, joined by senior guards Jen Sullivan and Emily Gonzalez in the backcourt, and then Maddie Knuckles and Keely Rogers in the front court. Carson-Newman's in the home whites, so the higher-seeded team. Anderson's in the black uniforms, gold numerals, and the front of the uniform reads Trojans in cursive writing. Ball in the air, and the tap is won by the Trojans. Harris gives it off to Brooks, and the Trojans move left to right in this opening quarter, a spot in the SAC title game on the line. Kane, top of the key, reverses to Brooks' left side. She looks inside now, whips a pass to curling Harris around a three, and she's got it. Ciara Harris made 5 of her 6 threes now here at the conference tournament, and it's a 3-0 start for the Trojans. 20 seconds in, Eagles nearly turn it over along the sideline. They break some Anderson pressure. Sullivan stops at the foul line, finds a cutting Gonzalez. Ball goes corner for a Weddington three, left it short, and Harris rebounds the ball. 3-0 start for the Trojans, 40 seconds in. Ball into the corner for Hill. Crossover dribble, now a pass back out to Ciara Harris, who's the only Trojan to start all 30 games this year. Around a Brooks screen, she gives it to Sheridan. Elbow shot up short. Rebound deflected by Rogers into the hands of Delaney Weddington. Outlet pass to Gonzalez, skip it to Knuckles, middle of the floor, finds a cutting Rogers, right hand layup is no good. Missed the bunny underneath, and Carson-Newman stays scoreless a minute in, 3-0. Trojans ball left to right they go. Ball off to Brooks, top of the key. She'll dribble with the right hand. The point guard hands off to Harris. The team's leading score bounces it for Kane. Left elbow catch for Kane. Now a handoff back to Harris. One dribble, now picks it up and gives to Sheridan with 10. Long three, Sheridan up, and it's off to the left. Rebound bounces in the paint, and Knuckles collects and will dribble up the floor, right side. Crossing half court, trying to get around Harris, goes to the basket, right hand layup. That was too easy. Carson-Newman on the board with Maddie Knuckles going coast to coast to make it a 1-point game. 8:20 to go first quarter. Knuckles got the rebound and then dribbled all the way around Harris for the easy layup. Now Brooks around a double screen, drives inside, missed a wild running shot with the right hand, and Weddington grabs the rebound. 5-on-4 break. Weddington to Rogers, right wing. Keeley driving baseline, wraps around, lobs it Sullivan. Sullivan jab steps now, drives inside, bounce pass Weddington, the catch and the deuce. Delaney Weddington makes it 4 straight for Carson-Newman, and the Lady Eagles have their first lead in the SAC semis. 7:50 to go in a winding first quarter. Eagles have made their last 2 field goals after missing their first 2. Harris, a right-hand dribble to the baseline, now kicks it to Brooks at the right wing. Now to Sheridan, top of the key 3 is up and swished in. A pure shot from Ashlyn Sheridan. She made 3 threes 2 days ago. She's got her first here, and the Trojans up 2 and force a deflection out of bounds along the far sideline. 6-4 Anderson, 7:26 to go in the first quarter. Trojans just as hot from 3 as they were in the quarterfinal round. They went 10 of 16 and matched their season high in 3s in that game. They're off to a 2-for-3 start and playing a zone defense now against Carson-Newman. Weddington to Rogers, whip it around the perimeter, now to Sullivan in the corner. No dribble and a pass to Rogers. Eagles haven't dribbled here since the inbound. They give it to Sullivan, left wing, long 3 up. It looks good. It is good. Jen Sullivan on the board, her 3rd 3 of the conference tournament. Puts Carson-Newman back in front by 1, 3 minutes in. Brooks crosses half court for the Trojans at the head of the key. She's the point guard and has been a difference maker for this team. Gives to Sheridan, left wing. Head of the key, Hill. The freshman was one of 5 players on the all-freshman team. Now gives it back to Sheridan with 10. Sheridan dribbling out front, lobs it foul line. Kane to a cutting Hill. Lost it, recovered it underneath, and scored the basket. 8-7. Trojans back in front. Carson-Newman, meanwhile, has made its last 3 field goals. Gonzalez quickly into the front court, lobs Sullivan, pump fakes a long 3, stops at the foul line, shoots and missed it strong off the glass, and Harris rebounds the ball for Anderson. The newcomer of the year in the conference faces last year's newcomer of the year, Sullivan, on this end of the floor, and now the Trojans will reset with Brooks out front. They set 2 screens for Brooks out front. She turns to the left and goes off the Kane screen. Now they reset 2 more screens. She pump fakes a deep 2. Picks up the dribble and lobs to Hill with 6. Hill, high post catch to Kane. Fadeaway shot up and in. Good shot there by Kyla Kane. The North Florida transfer in her 3rd year with the Trojans makes it a 3-point game. Trojans in front as Gonzalez goes Sullivan right wing into the high post. Weddington pump fakes a shot, goes to the basket, lost it on the way up. Knuckles ends up with it, but was out of bounds along the baseline. Turnover Carson-Newman. That's the game's first turnover at the 5:44 mark of the first. Eagle fans, Lisa's Country Kitchen serves the best home-cooked meals that the Lakeway region can offer. Lisa's Country Kitchen is the official restaurant of the Carson-Newman Eagles. 10-7 the score. Anderson has made 4 of its first 7 shots, including 2 of its first 3 threes. Kane left wing. Off to Hill, head of the key, guarded by the freshman Weddington. Hill goes baseline, cut off by 2. Gives it to Brooks left wing. She'll pop a 3, and it's short. Long rebound deflected by Rogers into the hands of Sullivan. Carson-Newman can tie the game with a 3. Sullivan inside the arc in transition. Back cutting is Gonzalez. She catches, met by 2 defenders, and fouled. Gonzalez was tiptoeing the baseline and got bumped by Kyla Kane. The junior from Atlanta, Georgia, commits her first and the game's first foul at the 5:12 mark of this first frame. Play halts for a moment as Jada Brooks, the mid-year transfer from Phoenix, Arizona, ties her shoe, and now she's ready to go, and Gonzalez has the ball at the baseline. She inbounds it, pass deflected. Harris nearly stole it. Carson-Newman keeps it in the front court. Sullivan around his screen against Anderson's man-to-man. Sullivan floats one up off the window and scores. 5 points for Jen Sullivan. Carson-Newman ends a 2-minute scoring drought and makes it a 1-point game. Just more than halfway through now the first quarter. Our media timeout looms in this first SAC semi today. Ashley Hill, top of the key, couple of dribbles, a lob inside. Kane had it deflected away. Hill ends up with it. Free throw line short. Shot left it short, and Delaney Weddington in there for her 3rd rebound. Transition, Carson-Newman, Keeley Rogers into the teeth of the defense. Stops in the paint, bounces Gonzalez. Gonzalez drives in and scores. Carson-Newman back in front on Emily Gonzalez's first field goal. It's our 5th lead change of the opening frame, and Carson-Newman leads by 1 at the 4:20 mark of the first. Sheridan right wing. Triple threat position, a pass to Hill at the elbow. Pump fakes, drives inside, lobs it corner. Brooks lining up a three. It looks good. It is good. Jada Brooks continues to stay hot for the Trojans from three. They're 3 of 5, and now a deflection in the front court will bring us to a break as Rogers tried to go quickly the other way. It'll be Carson-Newman ball after a timeout. A good back-and-forth start in this South Atlantic Conference semifinal game. 5 lead changes, and we're not even 6 minutes in. The Trojans have made 3 of their 5 threes, and Carson-Newman's made 5 of its first 8 shots from the field. Good tempo to this one. And Anderson leads Carson-Newman by 2 with 4:04 to play in the first. They're on the Eagles Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
In 2025, we celebrate 130 years of Carson-Newman athletics. Over the years, the teams at Carson-Newman have been known for their toughness and Christian spirit. Through the decades, teams and individuals playing at the highest levels have brought recognition for this little school on the banks of Mossy Creek. While we remember the past, we look towards the future. So join the Eagle Club today as we continue to support our athletes and coaches through funding and facilities. Talons up.
Join the Eagle Club today. Visit cneagles.com/Eagle Club.
2-point lead for Anderson in a game with 5 lead changes already. The Trojans lead 13-11 with 4:04 to play in the first quarter. Inbound to Gonzalez, and the Eagles will try to operate against Anderson's zone defense again. Sullivan top of the key, gives to Knuckles foul line. Rogers cuts inside, stops, pivots, running shot up. Man missed it short. Sheridan rebounds the ball after contesting the shot. Harris brings it front court left to right for the Trojans, who had that day of rest after defeating Lenore Ryan yesterday. Pass to Sheridan right wing. Now a bounce feed to Kane high post. Lob it out of there to Brooks left wing. Brooks backs her way around his screen. Stops. Gonzalez stopped her momentum, and now they give it to Elena Eckel, who throws it inside to Kane, who goes up with the left hand shot off the window and scores. 15-11, the Trojans have 5 straight, and a 4-point lead on Kyla Kane's second field goal. Gonzalez quickly the other way, stops at the foul line, lobs it Sullivan, back out front. Knuckles lines up a 3. It is short. Rebound deflects along the baseline. Gonzalez has it. Back out Sullivan. She'll try her hand at a 3. She's got a second. Jen Sullivan's got 2 early threes. That's 8 first quarter points for the senior. And Carson-Newman's within 1, just more than 3 minutes in, or with just under 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. Chest pass to Kane, left elbow. She catches and faces, will raise over the top of Knuckles for a 21-footer and missed it strong. Keely Rogers into the air for the rebound, and she's running down the floor at the ball. Chest pass to a cutting Weddington. She stops her momentum, finds a trailing Gonzalez. 3 in the air, 3 down. Back-to-back tray balls for Carson-Newman. It has made 3 of its first 5 from 3, and the Eagles have 6 straight to take a 2-point lead. 2:22 to go in the first quarter. Both teams shooting well from 3, a combined 6 of 10. Harris around his screen, driving baseline. Euro step got blocked from behind by Sullivan. Carson-Newman in transition. Rogers leading the break. Looking for Sullivan. Now dribbles to the head of the key. Gives to Knuckles. She pump fakes a 3. Now drives baseline. Stops. Looks it out to Rogers. Rogers to Gonzalez. Gonzalez into the middle of the paint. Spins. Pump fakes. Kicks it out. Weddington 3. Too strong. Right into the hands of Knuckles. 10 to shoot. Cutting. Weddington. Layup. Good. Delaney missed the 3, but cuts to the rim for the layup. Knuckles finds her, and it's an 8-0 scoring run for Carson-Newman to take a 4-point lead. 100 seconds to go in the first. Sheridan, the response from 3, and she's got nothing but net on her second 3. Trojans 4 of 6 from deep, and they go back. They make it back a 1-point game again. 90 seconds to go. Gonzalez quickly the other way, drives to the basket, got blocked and fouled by Kyla Kane. And that's her second foul. There's only been 2 fouls in the first quarter, and both are on Kyla Kane. She went for 20 in the last meeting and now is going to come out. And Kiara Flugents will take her place as Carson-Newman makes its first 2 subs of the day. Delaney Weddington and Keely Rogers are the first 2 to sit, and Caroline Hill and Sybil Penland are the first 2 off Carson-Newman's bench. 19-18, Gonzalez lines up the first free throw, hits the front of the iron, and gets the roll. Eagle fans, Domino's is the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. When you're hungry, reach for Domino's. Get a large one-topping pizza for $6.99 with your Carson-Newman ID. Domino's is the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Foul on Sybil Penland as Gonzalez missed her second free throw wide to the right. And then Penland fell over going for the rebound and then just rolled into Flugins. So that's Carson-Newman's first team foul at the 1:22 mark of quarter one. It's on the reserve Penland. 20-18, Anderson ball. Both teams above 50% shooting. Eckel fakes a pass, now hands it back to Jayla Cow, who floats one up from the baseline and scores. Game tied at 20. Good set there, and Cow gets free for a layup. We're tied at 20 with 60 seconds to play in the first. Gonzalez to Knuckles. One more. Caroline Hill, left wing three is up. It's no good. Knuckles right there for the offensive rebound, and she was fouled underneath. Carson-Newman taking advantage of the offensive glass. The only 3 offensive rebounds in the game belong to Carson-Newman, and it will send Maddie Knuckles to the foul line after she got the miss and tried to put it up, but was fouled by Ciara Harris. First one from Knuckles is swished in, and we have yet another lead change here in this opening quarter. We have had 8 lead changes so far. Knuckles makes both. The second one is true as well. She's got 4. And Carson-Newman's back in front by 2. 22-20, 50 ticks to play in the first. Correction, 7 lead changes here in the opening frame. Harris, left wing, gives it to a curling Cow, who now dribbles right around his screen, stops at the block, kicks the ball out to Sheridan, who drives middle, pulls up from the foul line, and nearly banked it in. Missed it, though. Sybil Penland rebounds the ball and outlets it to Knuckles. One more up the left side for Gonzalez. Trailing is Knuckles. She fakes a pass. Now picks up the dribble and gives to Gonzalez. 5-second difference between the clocks here in quarter one. Anderson playing zone. Knuckles reverses Gonzalez. Gonzalez to the baseline. Penland finds a cutting Knuckles, who goes up and traveled. No, blocking foul first. Blocking foul first. Flugins was there late as Knuckles tried to go for a shot and forced Knuckles to get off balance there before the travel. There was the Flugins contact. And we'll say, is it on the floor? It is on the floor. It was just the 4th team foul, so a baseline entry for CN with a shot clock off with 14 and a half seconds to play in the first quarter. Inbound to Penland. Carson-Newman can hold for one here. 10 seconds. Ball out to Gonzalez, and she's fouled underneath. 5th team foul now on Anderson, away from the ball on Elena Eckel. That will be her first. But hey, it's a significant foul here. 5 team fouls, and so Jen Sullivan's going to get 2 free throws for Carson-Newman. 22-20. Sullivan has a game-high 8. She averaged 24.5 points per game in 2 regular season meetings against the Trojans. To a great start once again here today, and we'll try to extend Carson-Newman's late first quarter lead. The senior's first one up and swished in, 23-20. She reached the 1,000 career point mark in her playing career in yesterday's win, and now makes both. 24-20. Sullivan's got 10 in the first. 4-point game, 8 seconds. Jayla Cow crosses half court at 6. Hands off to Harris at 5. Harris with 3 inside the arc. Floats it up and missed it. Gonzalez rebounds, and that's the first quarter. Fun first quarter in the South Atlantic Conference semifinals. Both teams shoot above 48% from the field. Carson-Newman shoots 53%. The Trojans go 8 of 17 from the field, and both teams shot above 50% from 3. 24-20. Fun first quarter and a battle between 2 teams that are meeting in the conference tournament for the 5th straight season. This is the Eagle Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
24-20 in a fun first quarter here in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Carson-Newman and Anderson went back and forth 7 different times, 7 different lead changes. Anderson led for most of that first quarter, 6 minutes total, but Carson-Newman carries a 4-point lead into the second quarter thanks to an 8-0 run that helped give Carson-Newman this lead, and they've held on to it for the final 3 minutes of that first quarter. Penland, Gonzalez, Sullivan, Hill, and Knuckles the 5 for Carson-Newman to begin the second quarter. Trojans playing a zone defense. They've mixed between man and zone. Hill left wing, fakes a pass, now dribbles around the perimeter and gives to Gonzalez. To the corner, Sybil Penland. Back out front, Gonzalez fakes a pass, picks up the dribble, and goes to Sullivan. Halfway through this possession, lob it back to Gonzalez, right wing. Attacks the closeout, now stops and gives to Knuckles. Right wing 3 is up. It is good. Maddie Knuckles has her first 3, Carson-Newman's 4th, and the Lady Eagles have opened up a 7-point lead on the first possession of quarter 2. Right wing dribble for Jay LaCow. The junior from Gilbert, Arizona, reverses to Ciara Harris, top of the key. Inside, nice cut, Flugents the layup. They ran a screen for a shooter in Harris, and Flugents went back door and was wide open for a layup. 5-point game on Kiara Flugents' first field goal at the SAC tournament. 5-point Carson-Newman lead. They had the ball against Anderson's man-to-man defense now. Penland, chest pass, Knuckles. Knuckles looks for a pass, now lobs to Sullivan. Shot clock down to 10. Jen around his screen at the top of the key. Stops and hands to Knuckles, who gives it back to Jen, driving left. 6 to shoot. Jen stops, met by a double, bounces inside. It's loose, turnover. Second of the game by Carson-Newman. Cal behind the back dribble in transition, gives it to the trailing Echo. She pump fakes a 3, looks, gives it back to Cal. She pump fakes a 3, drives inside, stops, and reverses to Sheridan for a 3. It's up and short. Offensive rebound, Flugents. Flugents is driving baseline, gives it to Harris on a cross-court feed, and Harris's 3 spins out. Penland rebounds. 27-22. Couple of good chances there for the Trojans. Unable to buy a basket, that trip down, and Carson-Newman stays ahead by 5. Gonzalez head of the key. Stops her momentum, lobs to Knuckles right side. Knuckles dribbles a couple of times and hands to Sullivan right wing. Long 3 up for Jen. This one is short. Rebound fought for along the baseline. Sheridan ends up with it for the Trojans. 2 minutes into the second quarter, Carson-Newman leads by 5. Cow in transition, lobs it back to Ciara Harris. Harris a crossover dribble into the paint, forces one up, missed a wild shot, follows her miss. Loose underneath, picks it back up and banks it in. 27-24, Ciara Harris has her 8th point. And it is a 3-point game. Trojans have 4 straight. Gonzalez against some pressure defense will bring it up the floor. Falls down, dribbles, and got back to her feet and then was fouled by Jay LaCow. That'll be Anderson's 6th foul of the first half, first of the second quarter. It comes at the 7:30 mark. First on Cal as Carson-Newman makes 2 changes. Sullivan, Knuckles out. They have combined for 17 of Carson-Newman's 27. Rogers and Abigail Johnson into the game for Carson-Newman. Mike Mincy's going to turn to Delaney Weddington at the next whistle as well. He sends her to the scores table as Penland inbounds the ball to Gonzalez at the midcourt line. Emily, guarded by Cal, lost the dribble, goes to midcourt to get it, and fires a pass to Rogers. 12 to shoot. Keeley around his screen, driving right, goes right to the basket, missed the layup underneath. Gonzalez there for the offensive rebound, kicks it out. Caroline Hill, straight away 3, just left it short. Harris the rebound. 3-point game, Trojans can tie with a 3. Harris in transition, drives inside, spins, fade away, left hand, hook shot, missed it short. Johnson the rebound underneath. 3 minutes into quarter 2, Carson-Newman's not scored in more than 2.5 minutes, but still leads by 3. Gonzalez, guarded by Harris, goes to Rogers right side. Keeley driving middle, gives it back to Gonzalez now at the baseline. Lob it inside. Johnson has post position. Pass was too far, though. Johnson tracked it down and finds Hill for a 3. Missed it. Caroline is 0 of 3 after going 3 of 3 yesterday. And it stays a 3-point game. Anderson will walk it up the floor. Much different second quarter. On the offensive side, Flugents to the left side. Cal hasn't dribbled yet, now does with one time with the right hand. Gives to Harris, who pops a three over Rogers and missed it strong. Good box out by Sybil Penland. She rebounds and gives it to Emily Gonzalez. Carson-Newman's missed its past 4 shots from the field, but still holds a 3-point lead. Gonzalez across half court. The point guard bounces to Rogers. Keeley looks inside, nothing there. Now crosses over, dribbles in, kicks it out. Hill's going to try a 4th three. This one's too strong. Johnson offensive rebound. Kick it out Gonzalez. She'll try a 3. Missed it. Hill in there for the offensive rebound. Eagles reset. Caroline around his screen, driving inside, floats it up, and no, traveled first. Carson-Newman's 3rd turnover in the scoring drought, and the field goal drought continues as Delaney Weddington takes the floor again. Exiting is Sybil Penland. Carson-Newman's taken advantage of its ability to grab offensive rebounds. Has gotten extra shots, but has gone on its coldest stretch of the day. Started 9 of 16 from the field, including an 8 of 15 start in the first quarter, and has now missed 6 straight. Flugents top of the key, lobs it inside to Cal. She's doubled, kicks it out. Sheridan, corner 3, got it. Ashlyn Sheridan buries a triple, and the game is tied at 27, and it's an extended 7-0 run for Anderson to tie the game at 27. Gonzalez driving inside, backing down Jayla Cal. Dishes to Johnson, and out to Caroline Hill. Lob at foul line, Weddington. She pump fakes, backing down Harris. Weddington inside, turns and lost it on the way up. Had it deflected out by Harris. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Carson-Newman will inbound. This 7-0 extended run for Carson-Newman, or for Anderson against Carson-Newman, has come over the last 4 minutes of this second quarter. Emily to inbound from the baseline. Still looks, now bounces deep corner to Gonzalez, to Weddington, now back out to Hill. Rogers has it, drives, kicks to get Emily, 6 to shoot. Gonzalez into the lane, floats one up, missed it short, follows her miss, goes back up, missed it again. Johnson offensive run. She goes up and is called for an offensive foul first. Offensive foul on Abigail Johnson brings us to a media break, her first personal, and Carson-Newman's first of the quarter. Lady Eagles have missed 8 straight shots from the field. They've not scored in nearly 5 minutes, but the game is just tied. 27-all with 4:59 to go until halftime here on the Eagles Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Eagle fans, check out the Eagle Shop, the official store of the Carson-Newman Eagles, located in the MSAC Grand Hall. The Eagle Shop has all your Carson-Newman apparel from brands like Nike, Columbia, and Comfort Colors. Visit them online at eagleshop.cn.edu. Carson-Newman's not scored in 4 minutes and 37 seconds, has missed its last 8 shots from the field. And Anderson, though, has only scored 7 points during this stretch, so only 3 baskets for them. And that's why this game is still tied at 27. Hill dribbles once, throws it inside to Gravel. Pass deflected, stolen. Rogers after it and ends up with it. No numbers for Keeley as she dribbles into the front court and gives now to Knuckles. Good defending by Carson-Newman. Because now they have the ball trying to snap a field goal and scoring drought. Knuckles driving right, goes by Hill and makes a right-hand layup. Maddie Knuckles, that's the player you turn to, her or Jen, to end a scoring drought. She's got 9, and Carson-Newman goes back in front. 29-27, 4:20 to go until halftime. Ball out to Cal. She drives by Gonzalez and traveled. Took an extra step trying to stop at the right block for a layup attempt. And it's Anderson committing its second turnover. Changes for the Trojans. They bring Jada Brooks back into the game, and they bring Jessica Cooper, a junior forward from South Plainfield, New Jersey, into the game for the first time. So Carson-Newman's original starting five of Gonzalez, Sullivan, Knuckles, Weddington, Rogers out there against Anderson's Brooks, Hill, Cooper, and Sheridan and Harris as Maddie Knuckles continues to stay blazing hot from the field. That's 5 straight for the junior, and Carson-Newman leads by 5 on Knuckles' 12th point. Second Lady Eagle in double figures. Lob it inside. Cooper's got a mismatch. Backing down Gonzalez. Left-hand shot off the window is good and one. Good finish by Jessica Cooper. Foul called underneath. It's on Delaney Weddington. That is Weddington's first and Carson-Newman's third of this quarter. Johnson inserted in. Weddington will sit. Delaney in her first career start has 4 points and 3 rebounds in 11 minutes out on the floor. Carson-Newman's going to go to a little bit bigger of a lineup here with Anderson playing a bigger lineup as well as Cooper's free throw bricked it off the left side of the backboard. And the Eagles have Johnson track it down. 32-29, 3:38 to go until halftime. Gonzalez inside the arc, hands it off to a cutting Sullivan who goes behind the back at the top of the key, wants a screen now. Knuckles will set it. Sullivan dribbles left around it. Trojans switch, now the ball goes to Knuckles who drives baseline, try to pass underneath. It was deflected out and will stay with Carson-Newman, but just 7 seconds show on the shot clock. The Eagles looking to inbound. The ball will be played in by Gonzalez as the Eagles get in a box set. Sullivan sets a screen, not open. The Eagles bounce it to Johnson in the corner, 6 and 5. Johnson gives it out to Rogers, 3 seconds. Rogers crosses over, running shot up, and no good, but a foul called. Carson-Newman gets bailed out by Ashley Hill, who commits the foul as the shot clock was expiring, her first. And that will send Keely Rogers to the free throw line for Carson-Newman with 3:14 to play in this second quarter. Rogers scoreless, can change that here at the stripe. First one's up, short, left it off the front of the iron. Serving East Tennessee for 40 years has been Magaha Electric, the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electric contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source. Rogers true on the second free throw. 4-point game as we come up on 3 to play in the second. As Cal drives inside, Brooks drives in, wild shot missed, but a foul called on Carson-Newman's Maddie Knuckles. The junior from Chatsworth, Georgia, commits her first, and Carson-Newman's fourth of quarter two, with 3:06 to play. Brooks at the line. First one up and swished in. Free throw line was a big deal for head coach Mike Mincy heading into this game. They sent the Trojans to the line a bunch, and that loss on February 7th as Brooks makes both free throws. Trojans took 26 free throws and made 23 of them. So far in this game, they have just 2 makes in 3 attempts. That has been a good aspect of this game for CN. Rogers left side to Johnson, now reverse to Maddie Knuckles, right wing. Knuckles skip it to Sullivan, wide open 3, up and good. Johnson set the screen to get Sullivan open for a 3, and Jen cashes in her third of the day. 36-31, and Ciara Harris took a hit there from Johnson on the screen and is shaken up. What a first half for Jen Sullivan. She's got 13, and now the officials will talk it over at midcourt and maybe check their monitor to see if there's anything more than a flagrant foul, or if there is a flagrant foul or not. Seemed to be a legal screen. Johnson set the screen, and I don't know if you can look. I mean, I guess you can look to see if there is a flagrant foul, but the screen was not called as an illegal screen. It was a clean screen. There was nothing illegal about it. But they'll check to see maybe if there was something they missed live. That should indicate maybe a flagrant foul on Abigail Johnson, who set the screen to get Sullivan wide open. And Jen buried the triple. 36-31, 2:46 to play second quarter, and we have an official review for a flagrant foul. InterDigital strives to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. You can visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services. InterDigital is laser focused on your success. So Sullivan entered today's game with 77 career triples. Just made her third of this opening half and now has 83 pointers in this season, and for her career up to 141 career threes, 8th most threes in program history for Jen Sullivan. She's done it on an elite percentage of nearly 41%, which is 3rd best in program history all time. Continues to elevate her legacy in just 2 seasons in the Lady Eagles orange and blue, and is off to a fantastic start against the Trojans here this afternoon. 13 for her, 12 for Knuckles. They've got 25 of Carson-Newman's 36. No flagrant foul. We'll just play on. It's 36-31. Carson-Newman. Anderson will have the ball. 2:40 to go. Ashley Hill pump fakes a 3, lobs it high post. Cooper backing down. Johnson goes to the up and under, flips it up and in and one. Off the bench, Jessica Cooper delivering back-to-back baskets, and her second 3-point play opportunity coming for the junior forward from New Jersey. Cooper's had some moments against Carson-Newman underneath this season. Now the free throw up, and she does complete the 3-point play. Cooper did not play yesterday and had just 3 points in her final 2 regular season games. Has 5 now in this semifinal game, and it's a 2-point game. Sullivan the ball at the wing, around his screen, stops at the foul line and gives to Rogers. Keeley, a right-hand dribble and a pass into the corner for Knuckles. She spins away from a defender and gives it to Rogers. Now back to Sullivan with 8. Jen driving left, goes to the basket, hangs and flips it up strong. Rebound deflects out near midcourt where Brooks has it and is fouled. That's 5 team fouls on Carson-Newman, so Jada Brooks will get free throws on the other end of the floor with 2:07 to play in quarter 2. How about the balance from the Trojans in this first half? They have had 8 different players score. None of them are in double figures. Brooks is one of those, obviously. She's got 2 free throws, both 2 points. They're both free throws. And now 3 points and 3 free throws made as the first one's good. 36-35 in what has been a fun first half. Neither side's led by more than 7. We've had 7 lead changes. They were all in the first quarter and a couple of ties. Brooks' second free throw ties the game for the 3rd time in the opening half, as Penland will come in for Carson-Newman and Abigail Johnson will sit. So 2:07 to go. We're tied at 36 in a battle between 4-seeded Carson-Newman and 8-seeded Anderson for a spot in tomorrow afternoon's South Atlantic Conference women's basketball title game. Gonzalez around his screen, stops the foul line. Pass away from Knuckles is going to go into the backcourt and out of bounds for a turnover. 5 turnovers for Carson-Newman. Just a miscommunication there between Emily and Maddie. Gives it back to the Trojans. And what is a low turnover first half? That was the case in Carson-Newman's game yesterday against UVA-Wise. Low turnover number, but then the turnovers picked up and the pace did as well. In yesterday's second half, as Sheridan curls around his screen after inbounding the ball and barely grazed the iron on a 3. Carson-Newman rebounds and runs. Sullivan transition at the top of the key. Stops, looks, now bounces the ball to the elbow. Knuckles, who gives it back to Sullivan. Jen around his screen, driving inside. Next nice extra step, and she drives in and scores. Carson-Newman back in front on Jen's 15th first half point. She just euroed her way into the lane for the 2-point score. Cooper at the foul line. Lets 2 defenders go by, now gives to Harris, who dribbles around his screen, goes to the basket, running shot, missed it strong, rebound deflected out by Anderson. It's Carson-Newman ball with 1:14 to play in the second quarter. Harris had a nice lane to the left block, but blew the layup. 1:14 to go second quarter. It's Carson-Newman ball, moving right to left. Gonzalez bounce it to Sullivan, right wing. Pressured by Harris, and now reverses to Rogers and Penland. Penland, 1 dribble and a pass to Maddie Knuckles. Knuckles inside the arc, going right, now spins in the lane, met by 2, goes to the up and under, missed it strong, rebound tapped underneath, Penland's got it. Surrounded by Trojans and traveled. turnover, Carson-Newman. A travel by Penland underneath is Carson-Newman's 6th turnover. Penland got the rebound, but was surrounded by black jerseys and just couldn't get out of there. 38-36, 2-for-1 opportunity here for AU. 45 seconds. They bring it across half court. 40 ticks left in the half. Cooper, middle of the floor, drives inside and scoops it in with the right hand from the left side. Jessica Cooper's got 7, and the game is tied at 38 with 30 seconds to play in the half. There is a 5-second difference between the two clocks. 5th straight year these two teams meet in the postseason, and this one's living up to the billing again. Gonzalez still dribbling well out front. Goes right around a knuckles screen. They switch on to Hill, and Gonzalez traveled, fell down in front of Hill, and a turnover gives it back to the Trojans. 7 for Carson-Newman in the turnover department. 6 of them are in this second quarter, and a quarter where Carson-Newman's only shot 33%. Hill inbounds to Brooks, and Anderson can take a halftime lead on this possession. 7 seconds. Brooks to the elbow, gives it to Cooper. Top of the key, 3 up and no good. Back iron miss. 1 second. Brooks gets the rebound. Running right-hand corner shot missed, and that is the first half. Carson-Newman led for the entire second quarter, but Anderson tied the game twice in the frame, and the second time they tied the game in that second quarter is what brings us to our 38-all score at intermission. Fun basketball in the South Atlantic Conference semifinal matchup between Carson-Newman and Anderson. The Lady Eagles led by 7 at one point in that second quarter, and neither side led by more than that mark by the Lady Eagles. 38-38. Carson-Newman won the first quarter by 4. Anderson wins the second by 4. We break it all down with the Eagle Shop halftime report, which heads your way after this on the Eagle Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser-focused on your success.
Hey Eagle fans, check out the Eagle Shop, the official store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Located in the MSAC Grand Hall, the Eagle Shop has all your Carson-Newman apparel, from brands like Nike, Columbia, and Comfort Colors. The Eagle Shop has all your gifts, gear, and accessories. Can't make it in person? Visit eagleshop.cn.edu. That's eagleshop.cn.edu for all your Carson-Newman clothing needs.
It's halftime. We'll head back to the arena for the Eagle Shop halftime report in 60 seconds. This is the Eagle Sports Network.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
AEC is a distributor of Marathon energy-efficient water heaters. We offer 30-gallon to 105-gallon tanks. Marathon water heaters are durable, lightweight, and under warranty to not leak as long as you own your home. Foam insulation allows these thermal storage units to provide long-term temperature control. Marathon's lightweight tank is easier to maneuver and position, and the bowl-shaped tank bottom allows complete sediment drain. AEC, empowering efficiency.
It's halftime on the Eagle Sports Network. Highlights, a check of the Eagle Shop scoreboard, and stats are headed your way.
Euro step in the lane, shot up off glass. It falls in for Keely Rogers.
Now let's head back to the arena. Here's the voice of the Lady Eagles, Andrew Rogers.
Intermission has hit here at the Rock Hill Sports and Event Center. Carson-Newman and Anderson level at 38 apiece. And a battle between the Trojans and the Eagles for the 5th straight season at the South Atlantic Conference Basketball Championships, and for the 2nd straight season in the semifinals. They met last year exactly 365 days ago, and the Trojans won 89-65. But the thing about that match was they met again in the NCAA tournament, and Carson-Newman won that one. So even though that was a semifinal loss last year for Carson-Newman, they got that game back against the Trojans by winning in the NCAA tournament the following week. They meet this year in the semis, and we're knotted up at 38 points. And what is just the 10th time in 15 seasons under head coach Mike Mincy that his team has been tied at halftime in a contest. They're 3-6 all time in the previous 9. Carson-Newman shoots 43% in the first half from the field, 13 of 30, but a good portion of that offense came in the first quarter. The Lady Eagles were 8 of 15, 53.3% in quarter 1, compared to a 5 of 15 mark, 33% in quarter 2, to just score 14 points. Both teams shot the three well. We'll give you Anderson's field goal numbers. They were 8 of 17 in the first quarter and 6 of 14 in quarter 2 to shoot 14 of 31 from the field. Both teams above 42% from 3. Trojans were 5 of 12 for 42%. Carson-Newman was 6 of 14 and 43%. Both teams pretty efficient from the line as well. Carson-Newman turned it over 7 times, but still took just one less shot than Anderson did in that opening half. And a main reason why is because Carson-Newman doubled up the Trojans on the glass. 24-12 advantage for Carson-Newman in the rebounding battle. And the Lady Eagles have grabbed 9 offensive rebounds, nearly as many offensive chances on the glass for Carson-Newman as total rebounds for the Trojans in that first half. But as a result, Carson-Newman has only converted 7 points off those 9 offensive rebounds. So you do the math, 7 points. The only way you can get 7 points in second chance opportunities is to get a 3-point basket. So a 3 and 2 twos. The Eagles have scored on just a third of their offensive rebounds, 3 of their 9 offensive rebounds in that first half. An advantage for Anderson on bench points, 11-0 advantage because of Jessica Cooper's 7 points off the bench. Kiara Flugents and Jayla Cal each added 2 points apiece, and that's why Anderson has an 11-0 advantage in bench points in that first half. Carson-Newman led by Jen Sullivan. She's up to 83s this season, the 3rd most in program history in a single season. She's got 15 on 5 of 8 shooting and 3 of 4 from long range. Maddie Knuckles is having a nice, efficient offensive day, 12 for her on 4 of 6 shooting, and she is also 2 of 3 from 3. Emily Gonzalez had 6 and a team-high 4 assists, while Delaney Weddington in her first career start had 4 points and 3 rebounds. No Trojan is in double figures, but 8 of their 10 players that have played have scored. Ashlyn Sheridan has 3 threes to lead the Trojans with 9. Ciara Harris has 8 on 3 of 10 shooting. Jessica Cooper off the bench with 7. Kyla Kane, Jada Brooks with 4. And Flugents, Cal, and Hill all have 2 to make up the Trojans' 38 points in that first half of play. Anderson led most of the first quarter. Carson-Newman took the lead into the second quarter, never trailed in the second quarter, but the Trojans tied it twice, including in the final seconds, to knot us up at 38 points apiece. We tell you about how this South Atlantic Conference basketball tournament has gone, both on the women's and men's side, as well as what Carson-Newman baseball is up against in Mossy Creek this weekend when we return to the Rock Hill Sports and Event Center after this. You're listening to Carson-Newman women's basketball at the SAC Championships in the semifinal round here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Tri-Light is proud to support Carson-Newman Athletics. We salute the student athletes who are working hard to make great things happen on the field, in the classroom, and in the world. It takes vision, commitment, and teamwork, qualities we share at Tri-Light. Our mission is to provide life-changing opportunities by building a world-class fiber broadband network. If you'd like to learn more, please visit trilight.net or call us at 833-847-0824.
In 2025, we celebrate 130 years of Carson-Newman athletics. Over the years, the teams at Carson-Newman have been known for their toughness and Christian spirit. Through the decades, teams and individuals playing at the highest levels have brought recognition for this little school on the banks of Mossy Creek. While we remember the past, we look towards the future. So join the Eagle Club today as we continue to support our athletes and coaches through funding and facilities. Talons up.
Join the Eagle Club today. Visit seeandeagles.com/Eagle Club.
A check of the SAC scoreboard is next. Stick around on the Eagles Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Hey Eagle fans, check out the Eagle Shop, the official store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Located in the MSAC Grand Hall, the Eagle Shop has all your Carson-Newman apparel, from brands like Nike, Columbia, and Comfort Colors. The Eagle Shop has all your gifts, gear, and accessories. Can't make it in person? Visit eagleshop.cn.edu. That's eagleshop.cn.edu for all your Carson-Newman clothing needs.
The Eagles Sports Network is part of SAC Live, the official digital network of the South Atlantic Conference. SAC Live is the home of all your South Atlantic Conference sports action, including 20 SAC championships. Time to get caught up with some SACtion. Here are the happenings around the South Atlantic Conference and the nation. Let's go around the league with a scoreboard update. Now back to the arena.
38-all as Carson-Newman tries to clinch its ninth berth to a SAC championship appearance. They're tied with Anderson at 38. The other semifinal will follow Carson-Newman's game here today. Coker defeated Wingate yesterday in the quarterfinal round 60-42. Good day for Shantiana Tillman to get the Cobras back in the semis. The Cobras are the 3 seed. They'll play 2-seeded Lincoln Memorial in the semifinal round at 2:30 p.m. today after our game here at the Rock Hill Sports and Event Center. On the men's side of the bracket, Carson-Newman's men's team suffered absolute heartbreak last night in Rock Hill, South Carolina. The Eagles were up by 2 with LMU shooting a free throw with 4 seconds left. The Rail Splitters missed it intentionally. E.J. Smith got the rebound, flinged it up from beyond the free throw line, made the shot, and got fouled. He made the free throw, and the Rail Splitters took the 1-point lead and ended Carson-Newman's season by winning 68-67, a play you never see happened on Thursday night here in this building and ended Carson-Newman's season possibly. Catawba on the men's side then defeated UVA-Wise by 20, 86-66, a game they controlled throughout. So on the men's side, you'll have LMU men against Anderson's men at 5 o'clock in this building, and then Catawba's men against LR's men to close the night. Carson-Newman baseball is at the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex, and we'll start a 3-game series today at 2 o'clock. You can watch the game on Flow Sports or join Matt Scalzo with the In the Booth cams, as well as on YouTube and elsewhere, as well as listening in an audio-only stream as Carson-Newman baseball looks to win a series against Catawba, who is number 3 in the latest writers poll. The Eagles have 3 all-time wins under head coach Tom Griffin on the baseball side against top 3 opposition, and they will go up against a Catawba team that has won 22 consecutive SAC series. 38-all here in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Carson-Newman trying to get back to the championship game, battling the Trojans, the 8 seed, trying to pull back-to-back upsets to get to the title game. We bring you the second half from Rock Hill's Sports and Event Center after this.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
There's new fresh ideas on campus. From Chick-fil-A to Maples Coffee to Sabarijos, Fresh Ideas has tons of high-quality dining options for whatever taste you may need. Sabarijos is open Monday through Friday for lunch and dinner in the Health Sciences Building. Sabarijos features all your Mexican favorites, from burritos to nachos to quesadillas to tacos to anything you can think of in a tortilla. Follow Fresh Ideas on Instagram at Carson-Newman Dining.
This is Carson-Newman basketball.
Into the front court, losing her dribble, kicks it out, right wing, three from Bergstrom is up and good! As the buzzer sounds to end the first half.
On the Eagles Sports Network.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
All right, back here at the Rock Hill Sports and Event Center. It's 38 Carson and Anderson battle for the final, or for one of the two spots in the SAC title game tomorrow. Before we start the second half, let's pause for station identification along the Eagles Sports Network. .38 Anderson will have the ball to start the second half. We thank you for joining us along the Eagles Sports Network today, wherever you're tuned in and watching or listening today. Jay Adams back in network control, keeping us on the air throughout today's game. Carson-Newman and Anderson, just the 10th time in the Mike Mincy era, Carson-Newman's been tied at halftime in 15 years. The Lady Eagles are 3-6 all-time, 0-1 this year. Harris out front around his screen to start the third quarter, has her dribble underneath, back tapped out of bounds, and possession will stay with the Trojans. Sullivan was beat off the dribble, but the ball was poked away from behind, and so the Trojans will inbound. It was off Sullivan. Brooks to inbound. Inbound deflected and foul called on Carson-Newman's Maddie Knuckles. Second on Maddie. Tried to overextend defensively on the entry to Kane to the elbow and committed her second foul. First on Carson-Newman. Now they'll do it again. Inbound to Kane, left elbow. Knuckles backs off of her as Kane pulls up for a free throw line shot. Missed it strong. Back iron miss. Good box out from Weddington. And an over-the-back call made as Ashley Hill leaped over the freshman Weddington to commit her second foul and try to poke that offensive rebound free. 21 seconds in, it's our second foul already of the third quarter. And Carson-Newman gets a defensive stand and now has the ball moving left to right. Emily into the front court. Left-hand dribble, gets by her defender. Left-hand shot off the window, too strong. Sheridan rebounds. Transition right to left goes Jada Brooks to the wing. Shovels it off to Harris. Thought about a three. Now lines it up from way downtown. Wide left. Long rebound to Kyla Kane at the baseline. Just Anderson's fourth offensive rebound of the game. Brooks around his screen with 10. Driving right on Knuckles. Running shot off the window. Missed it. Weddington there at the left block to rip down the rebound. Her fourth. She gives it to Gonzalez, who now finds Sullivan in front of Carson-Newman's bench. Late Eagles move left to right in half two. Sullivan around his screen, top of the key. Left-hand dribble against Hill. Sullivan gets in her bag, right-hand dribble to the basket, flips it up too strong. Missed everything, only hit the backboard. Harris rebounds, long head pass to Kane, deflected by Maddie Knuckles out of bounds. Good transition defense there by the junior to deflect it out. 8:39 to go in this third quarter. Neither team has scored yet. After halftime, we're still tied. Inbound Sheridan, left wing Harris, long three up. It looks good. It is short. Rebound bounces at the right block, and Rogers tracks it down. Transition, Carson-Newman. Keeley into the lane, kicks it. Sullivan, wide open three is an air ball wide left. Slow second half start for both of these clubs. Carson-Newman is 0 of its first 3 from the field, and Anderson's 0 of its first 4. Can't ask for a better look there from Sullivan, but she misses just her second 3 of the day. Sheridan out front to Harris. Harris, top of the key, ball faking, and now a pass to the elbow. Hill looks inside, finds Harris, dodges a defender, kicks it out. Brooks 3, too strong. Rogers into the air for her 5th rebound. Transition, Carson-Newman, no numbers. Rogers to the foul line, drives inside, skip it, Sullivan. Pump fakes a wing 3, drives, floats one up from 8, and scores. 17 for Jen, and Carson-Newman has the first points after halftime, 40-38, 7:45 to play in the third. Sullivan's 17 is a game high. Brooks around his screen inside the arc, throws it inside to Kane, going to work on Knuckles. Knuckles rejects the shot out of bounds. The conference's leader in blocks in the regular season adds another to her junior ledger. That's her 62nd of the year. First of this game. Brooks, long entry near midcourt for Harris. The two reigning newcomers of the year guard each other on both ends of the floor. Harris, right-hand dribble into the lane. Knuckles, fouled her. That is 3 on Maddie with 7:29 to play. Fouled a Ciara Harris drive to the basket. And now Mike Mincy has decisions to make. Second team foul, and so for now, Knuckles will stay out there with those 3 fouls. They need her presence defensively and offensively. Right now, Mike Mincy leaves her out there as Harris dribbles the basketball, spins it in her hands, dribbles twice more, and puts the first one through. 40-39 on Harris's first free throw attempt of the day. She took a bunch of free throws in that February 7th meeting against the Lady Eagles. As the second one is good to tie the game at 40. She attempted 16 free throws and made them all. Just her first 2 of today, and they go in. 40 all, 7:20 to go, third quarter. Knuckles fakes a handoff with Weddington, turns around, shoots a 3, missed it strong. Harris rebounds for the Trojans. She's running down the other end of the floor. Right to left she goes, pulls up from the elbow and scores. Ciara Harris has 12, and the Trojans go back in front for the first time since late in the first quarter. Gonzalez the other way quickly. Right-hand dribble to the right block. Stops her momentum and gives to Keeley Rogers. Rogers crosses over at the elbow. Shovels it to Maddie Knuckles. He drives inside. Spins. Splits 2. Flips it up with a left hand and scores. The all-sack player Knuckles has her 14th point. And the game is tied again at 42. 6th time the game's been tied already. Pump fake by Brooks. And now to Hill. She dribbles twice, now fires a long 3 over Weddington and swished it in. Ashley Hill buries her first 3, and the Trojans lead by 3 again. Gonzalez around a knuckle screen gives to Rogers. Rogers a right-hand dribble. 2 defenders leave. Keeley's going to get a wide-open layup and drills it off the glass. Good fake there by Keeley Rogers. 2 defenders left her, and she makes a right-hand layup for her first field goal. 1-point game, 45-44. 4 minutes into quarter 3, Anderson leads. Sheridan open, left wing 3 is up and off to the left. Rebound, Sullivan after it, and she got fouled from behind by Harris. Good box out, and then Sullivan tracked it down and was fouled by Anderson's newcomer of the year. Second on Harris. Second on AU here in quarter 3. 5:57 to go. Weddington will inbound for Carson-Newman as they get ready to put the ball back in play. Gonzalez, the point guard. Neither team's made a sub here after halftime. Both teams have their starting 5s on the floor. As Rogers catches the ball at the left wing. Crossing over inside the arc. Weddington sets a screen. Rolls but isn't open. They skip it to Sullivan. She's open for a corner 3. She cashes it in. Jen Sullivan red hot from 3. She's got her 4th and another 20-point game this year. Lady Eagles go in front. It's actually a deep 2. A 2-point basket for Sullivan. 1-point Carson-Newman lead. Sullivan with 19 as Kane fires a mid-range shot, missed it short, and Carson-Newman rebounds. Leading by 1. Rogers running the break, lobs it inside. Weddington cuts, left-hand layup, no, but a foul. Weddington runs the floor, and then Rogers finds her. And Delaney will get free throws with 5:15 to play in the third quarter. Elena Eccles, the first sub of the second half. She'll take Ashley Hill's place. Weddington to the line for Carson-Newman. The Lady Eagles 50% from the field after halftime and have forced Anderson to start 2 of 10. As Weddington's first free throw is swished in. Even though Anderson's only made 2 baskets after halftime, one has been a 3, and they're still within a possession as Weddington's second one is up and spins through. 48-45. Jessica Cooper's going to come back in, and Kyla Kane will sit. Cooper gave Carson-Newman problems there late in that first half. Scored 7 points off the bench in just 4 minutes. All right, 48-45 Carson-Newman ball. It's made its last 3 from the field. Point guard Brooks picks up the dribble and lobs it to Eckel right side. Isolated against Weddington, pulls up for a jump shot, missed it strong. Cooper offensive rebound. Pump fakes, gives it to Eckel, who bobbled it, recovers, and then Weddington strips it away. A steal for the freshman Weddington, and now Carson-Newman runs in transition. Knuckles leads the break and gives to Gonzalez. Gonzalez in and out dribble, goes to the basket, ball fake, right hand layup, no, but a foul. Timeout with 4:44 to play. Carson-Newman up by 3 and can add on to that after this break. Lady Eagles playing well after halftime. They have forced Anderson to miss 9 of their first 11, and the Lady Eagles have made 50% of their second half shots, and including 3 straight. 48-45. Carson-Newman leads in a battle between the Trojans and the Eagles for the 5th straight year at the SAC Championships. This is the Eagles Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser-focused on your success.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
2 free throws for Emily Gonzalez after a timeout here in the third. 4:44 to play in the frame. Carson-Newman has a 3-point advantage. Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider, Eagle fans, providing Jefferson City with ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband. You can let them serve you by visiting trilite.net. Gonzalez missed the first free throw. She has 6 points in the game and a team-high 4 assists. Second one in the air, missed it wide left. Emily's 1 of 4 after being a 77% foul shooter in the regular season. 48-45, Trojans can tie this game again with a 3. High post catch for Eckel. Pump fakes, now fires a jump shot up and in. Elena Eckel off the bench has her first field goal, and the Trojans are back within a point. Rogers out front, right-hand dribble around a Cooper screen, gives to Gonzalez at the baseline. Gonzalez uses a Rogers screen, defender falls, now they give it to Keeley. Bounces it to Wedding at the block, backing down Sheridan, goes to the left-hand hook, missed it strong, goes back for the miss, can't get it, and Sheridan rebounds. Coming up on 4 minutes to play in quarter 3, Anderson can give us our 10th lead change on this possession. Brooks gives it to Eckel, left elbow. Isolated against Weddington. They set a screen for her. She pops from the free throw line, had it knocked away by Knuckles. Eckel recovers with 8. They give it to Brooks now, near midcourt. She dribbles to the head of the key with 5. Brooks around a screen, bounce at Cooper. She catches, shoots, and scores, and 1. 3:42 to go, and Delaney Weddington called for the foul underneath. First on Weddington, and our 10th lead change puts Anderson back in front with 3:42 to play. Weddington second, and Carson-Newman's third of the quarter. Jessica Cooper off the bench is in double figures now with 10. Trojans by 2. They have made just 4 field goals after halftime in 13 tries. Gonzalez to Rogers, bounce it, Knuckles right side. She drives to the basket. Running shot, no good, but a foul by Ashlyn Sheridan. First on Sheridan is Anderson's 5th team foul of the frame. Maddie Knuckles, the all-SAC third-teamer, set to shoot 2. 50-48 in a back-and-forth semifinal contest. Knuckles has 14 in the game, and her first one is up and good. Free throw good for Maddie in her 3rd attempt at the stripe in this game. She has scored in double figures in 7 straight games and 24 times as a junior. Makes both, and she's got 16 to level the score at 50. 7th time the game's been tied. 3:25 to go, 3rd. Cooper, foul line. Pump fakes the jump shot, drives on Knuckles, spins, tried to split 2, and traveled. Turnover, Anderson, number 4. Ball back to Carson-Newman. Anderson has played a very turnover-free day to help aid their offensive success. Gonzalez walks it up the floor for Carson-Newman in white uniforms, moving left to right. Weddington left wing, skip past Knuckles, right wing 3, up and in! Knuckles is balling at the SAC tournament, 5 straight for the junior. She's got 19, and Carson-Newman gives us our 11th lead change. 53-50, less than 3 to play in quarter 3. Left side, Eckel catches. Faces against Weddington around his screen, gives it to Brooks, laser a pass to Cooper, who traveled. 5 Anderson turnovers. Ball back to the Eagles, who are up 3. Here in the 3rd quarter, Carson-Newman's made 7 threes, and 6 have come from Jen and Maddie. As Gonzalez nearly turned the ball over, it ends up with Sullivan at the top of the key. Jen pump fakes after picking up the dribble at the elbow, and now gives to Weddington. Delaney dribbles and gives to Rogers with 10. Keeley crosses over into the lane, stops, bounces to a cutting Gonzalez, who floats one up and in. 55-50. Emily Gonzalez has 8, and Carson-Newman leads by 5. 7 straight from CN. Brooks under a screen goes Gonzalez. She fires a 3, missed it strong. Weddington there for her 5th rebound. Transition, Knuckles to Weddington, 1 more to Gonzalez. Gonzalez right wing, and we've got a foul on Anderson underneath. Foul is on Jada Brooks, trying to guard Knuckles underneath. Brooks called for her first, and it's the 5th team foul, so Maddie Knuckles back to the foul line with 1:53 to play in the 3rd. Knuckles has 19 and make it 20 for the junior from Chatsworth, Georgia. Her 2nd career 20-point game. She scored 23, a career high in December against the Trojans, and is 2 away from matching that as she makes the 2nd foul shot. Carson-Newman has scored the last 9 points in this game to match its largest lead of the day at 7. 1:45 to go. Harris bounce it, Eckel right elbow, looks inside, rips through, drives on Weddington. Weddington blocks the shot out of bounds. Delaney with the block underneath. And with 1:38 to play in quarter 3, the Trojans will inbound. 3rd block by Carson-Newman in this game. Inbound Sheridan left baseline. The senior from Knoxville looks and inbounds to Cooper. Eckel hits the floor. Sheridan, elbow catch against Rogers with a couple of dribbles, stops the foul line, fades away on a jump shot, left it short. Rogers rebounds the ball, her 7th of the day. Keeley brings it up the floor with Carson-Newman up 7. Hands off to Gonzalez, and Mike Mincy's going to call a play. Gonzalez will pull it out near midcourt. 75 seconds to go, 3rd quarter. Eagles by 7. Gonzalez between the legs dribble, goes to the basket, hangs, and gets it blocked out of bounds. No, Eckel saves it in bounds, throws it in the front court for Sheridan. Transition numbers for AU. Sheridan to Harris. She drives baseline, floats it up. No, follows her miss. Has it at the right block, falls down, and rolls it out to Cal, who lost it. A steal for Gonzalez, 1-on-1. Emily bounces to Delaney Weddington. Eagles will reset with Keeley Rogers. Hectic sequence there. Carson-Newman has the ball up 7. 40 seconds. Knuckles tries to extend it with a 3. Buries another. Maddie Knuckles with a career-high 24. Her fourth three puts Carson-Newman up 10. A 12-0 scoring run here late in the third. Crossover by Cal, a drive to the baseline, double comes, they kick it out, Eckel for a three, she buried it. Elena Eckel has her first three, and that halts a 12-0 scoring run to make it a 7-point game. 10 seconds. Gonzalez nears midcourt with 6. Gonzalez gets around the defender, gives it to Knuckles with 4. She pump fakes, drives inside, floats it up, and left it short. That's the third quarter. A strong third quarter from Carson-Newman. The Lady Eagles did not sub in the third quarter, and the combination of Maddie Knuckles, Delaney Weddington, Emily Gonzalez, Jen Sullivan, and Keely Rogers outscore Anderson 22-15. Powered by Knuckles is 24 and a career-high 6 threes as well. She scores 12 of that 24 in the third and has Carson-Newman up by 7 as we head to the fourth frame here at Rock Hills Sports and Event Center after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
My favorite thing about my community? The safety, the reliability, the people. We rely on each other, and we rely on local electric co-op. It's not just about electricity. It's about empowering community, empowering moments, empowering safety, empowering togetherness, empowering knowledge. That's why when I need something, I rely on my co-op. I trust my co-op because the co-op is us. We are the co-op. AEC, member-owned and service-driven.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
7-point lead for Carson-Newman, and it will start the fourth quarter with the ball. 10 minutes away from trying to get a SAC title game appearance for the 9th time in program history and for the 3rd time in 5 years. Knuckles at the elbow, around a Weddington screen, drives right, shoots, and is fouled by Sheridan. Carson-Newman's Maddie Knuckles is carrying Carson-Newman's offense after halftime. She draws the foul on Sheridan, and the junior from Chatsworth, Georgia, will get 2 free throws after Sheridan's second foul. Knuckles, for the 2nd time this year, has reset her career high against Anderson. It's the 4th time overall this year she's reset her career high in scoring and makes the free throw where she's 7 of 7 in this ball game. 25 for Knuckles, make it 26. She is 8 of 8 from the foul line and has 14 second half points. Carson-Newman by 9, 15 seconds into the fourth. Cal gives the ball to Harris. Now the foul line, it goes to Hill, inside to Kane. Backs down Knuckles, left-hand shot, left it short. Knuckles tips the rebound to Weddington, who corrals it for Carson-Newman, her 6th rebound. Weddington across half court and gives it to Rogers. And now Rogers to Gonzalez. Gonzalez near midcourt, 40 seconds into the fourth. Gonzalez gives to Weddington, right wing. Delaney gives it to Knuckles, and now a pass to Sullivan, left wing. Sullivan to Rogers. Rogers around a Knuckles screen, drives baseline, picked up the dribble and gives to Knuckles with 4. Maddie stops and is going to get tied up. Held ball will send it Anderson's way. And it'll be CN's 8th turnover of the game. And for Carson-Newman, just the 2nd turnover after halftime. Right side Harris to the free throw line, and now the left wing, it goes to Cal. Fakes a pass underneath, now gives it to a curling Harris at the top of the key. Harris guarded by Sullivan, a jab step, now a floater up and missed it strong. Rebound deflects to Rogers. Keeley has her 8th rebound, outlet pass up the left side for Sullivan. Step back, Sullivan turns down the 3 and now lobs it to Knuckles. Carson-Newman by 9, 62-53, shooting 45% from the field. Powered by a career day from Knuckles. Sullivan right wing, lobs the ball to Rogers, and now to Weddington left wing with 10. Throw it inside Sullivan. Sullivan inside the arc, now dribbles outside with 4. Jen going back to the basket, hang, shoots, missed it. Rogers offensive rebound, but a foul called underneath. Waiting for the official to make the call. It is going to be on Delaney Weddington. going for the rebound. It'll be Weddington's third. Carson-Newman has 2 starters with 3 fouls, but not as much foul trouble as CN had to deal with yesterday against UVA-Wise. They had 2 starters with 3 fouls in the first half and survived that to win yesterday, and they're up 9 right now with 8:10 to go in the fourth quarter against the 8 seed Anderson. Kane, one dribble and a handoff to Harris. Now to a curling Sheridan. Fadeaway 3 is off to the left. Knuckles sees Kane get the rebound, puts it up. No, Weddington the defensive rebound. And in traffic, she's fouled. No, timeout Mike Mincy. From midcourt, the official calls, and here's head coach Mike Mincy requesting for a timeout. And it brings us to a break in the action. 7:58 to go in quarter 4. Carson-Newman's not allowed Anderson to score in the fourth. And in the second half, the Trojans are just 23% from the field, and Carson-Newman is 47% from the field. Behind Maddie Knuckles is 26 points, a new career high. 62-53, 7:58 to play here on the Eagle Sports Network.
In 2025, we celebrate 130 years of Carson-Newman athletics. Over the years, the teams at Carson-Newman have been known for their toughness and Christian spirit. Through the decades, teams and individuals playing at the highest levels have brought recognition for this little school on the banks of Mossy Creek. While we remember the past, we look towards the future. So join the Eagle Club today as we continue to support our athletes and coaches through funding and facilities. Talons up.
Join the Eagle Club today. Visit cneagles.com/Eagle Club.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Light is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilight.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
Andrew Rogers, glad to welcome you back to the Rock Hill Sports and Events Center, where Carson-Newman has the ball up by 9 with 7:58 to play in quarter 4. First Bank is the official bank of Carson-Newman Athletics and the only place where you can get a Carson-Newman Eagles debit card. Stop by any First Bank location today to get your Carson-Newman debit card and show your Eagles pride. Maddie Knuckles has the ball at the left elbow around a Weddington screen, throws it inside, right hand layup, good. Knuckles operates the pick and roll and finds Weddington. Third assist for Maddie, third basket for Weddington, and Carson-Newman has an 11-point lead. Largest of the day. Kane left elbow, fakes a pass, now gives to Cal around his screen. Cal picks up the dribble, finds a back-cutting Sheridan who shoots a shot off glass, no, but a foul called from near midcourt. Sheridan fouled by Keely Rogers. Just the first on Carson-Newman's best perimeter defender in Rogers. And it's the second by Carson-Newman in the fourth. 7:24 to play, Sheridan to shoot 2. First one up and in for the Knoxville native, who has missed just 1 free throw all season long. A 96% foul shooter for the year. Second one up and in. 64-55, Trojans show some light pressure, and they'll actually back off a little bit and allow Carson-Newman's Gonzalez to walk it up the floor, left to right. Emily, right-hand dribble, goes to the right block, stops her momentum, and hands off to a cutting Knuckles, who drives inside, stops, goes to Weddington. She pump fakes a shot, pulls up from 8 feet, and swishes it in. Delaney Weddington in double figures for the 4th time in the last 6 games, increases the lead to 11 again, 3 minutes into the 4th. Cal lines up a deep 2, missed it strong. Keely Rogers tracks down a 9th rebound from the deep corner. 66-55, Rogers across midcourt and hands the ball to Gonzalez. Gonzalez at the top of the key, operates Carson-Newman's offense, will dribble to the left side of the floor. Emily goes between the legs with a right-hand dribble around a Knuckles screen, stops inside the arc, looks inside, lobs to Knuckles, she catches, shoots, and is fouled. Carson-Newman getting what it wants on the offensive end. Foul called on Knuckles' layup attempt on Jayla Cal. It's Cal's second, and with 6:30 to play in quarter 4, free throws for Carson-Newman's Maddie Knuckles, who is 8 of 8 in this game. And has reset her career high with 26 and trying to continue to add on to it. Her first one's up and in. 9 of 9 is the junior. A game high 27. Next free throw up and swished in. 28 for Knuckles, and Carson-Newman's lead is 13. Timeout, Carson-Newman, 68-55, 6:30 to play. Mike Mincy requests for his second timeout, and it'll bring us to a break in the action. 68-55, another strong second half in Rock Hill from Carson-Newman. The Lady Eagles have outscored Anderson 30-17 to lead by 13 after the game was tied at halftime. Eagles by 13 here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
68-55, Carson-Newman's Maddie Knuckles made 2 free throws. The Lady Eagles called for time, and it'll be Anderson ball out of this break. Stick around, Eagle fans, for the Domino's post-game report. We'll have our selection of the premier player of the game. Excellence doesn't happen by accident. The premier team delivers service with pride. Ashley Hill has the ball at the right elbow. Around a Sheridan screen. She curls, hangs from the baseline, and banks in a jump shot. A shot by Sheridan. She's got 13 on 4 of 12 shooting. And it's still a double-digit lead for Carson-Newman at 11 with 6 to play. Gonzalez hands off Sullivan to Weddington and to Rogers. Rogers to Knuckles, top of the key. Weddington, right wing, skip pass, way out left to Sullivan. Bad pass, and it was turned over. That is Carson-Newman's just second half turnover. And the ball goes back to the Trojans. 53% shooting for the Lady Eagles, including 2 of 3 here in quarter 4. And they've limited Anderson to just 25% shooting in the second half. Brooks dribbles out front. Lobs it baseline. Sheridan catches in the deep corner. Faces, now bounces to Kane, and she's fouled away from the ball. Gonzalez bumped into Kane from behind. That'll be the 3rd team foul and the first on Gonzalez. Carson-Newman has not made a substitution after halftime. Caroline Hill, Sybil Penland, and Abigail Johnson played first half minutes. And Mike Minsley's not turned to his bench in half 2 as Hill drives middle, dishes off to a cutting Brooks, who floats one up, left it short, follows her miss, goes back up and scores. 4 straight for the Trojans, 68-59. Carson-Newman leads with 5:25 to play. Gonzalez head of the key. Right-hand dribble. The Eagles have a switch underneath. Knuckles is open. Instead, they go to Weddington in the corner. She drives inside, running shot up and nearly went in. It's a foul underneath. Weddington tried a right-hand scoop shot from the left side and got fouled. It just barely rolled around the iron and out.
Foul number 44, Sheridan.
Foul on Sheridan. It's her 3rd. Anderson's 3rd as a team as well. Weddington buries the first free throw. Carson-Newman has shot 21 free throws and made 17 of them. The Lady Eagles were 2nd in the regular season in the conference in free throw percentage, and they've gotten there a ton today. And Weddington makes both of hers. She has matched her career high for the 3rd time this year, 2nd straight day as well. She has 12, and CN leads by 11. Hill at the right elbow, backs down her defender, now gives it to Kane, who drives inside, blew the layup underneath. Weddington in the air for the rebound and a foul. Weddington's rebounding ability underneath continues to be on display. That is her 8th rebound. And Kane found her going for the board. 4th foul on Anderson. They have none left to give here at the halfway point of quarter 4, and it's Kane's 3rd. Full court pressure for the Trojans. Inbound left corner, Weddington lobs it middle of the floor, Gonzalez. 3-on-2 break. Gonzalez orchestrates, dishes Knuckles, back out front, Sullivan. Sullivan, step back tray, missed it short. Knuckles taps the rebound, out of bounds in the corner. Trojans will get the basketball back with 4:49 to play in the fourth quarter. Brooks out front, spins around two defenders, pulls up for a mid-range shot and swished it in. Nice shot there by Jada Brooks. And it is at a 9-point game again. Single-digit spread, 70-61. Gonzalez driving right, goes into traffic, missed it. Rebound taps along the baseline to Sheridan's hands. Brooks brings it across half court to the top of the key. Ashley Hill, right elbow. Fakes a pass, now gives it to a curling Brooks who fakes, pulls up for a shot, missed it short. Weddington after the rebound to track it down. Her 8th rebound. 12 points, 8 rebounds for the freshman in her first career start, and she gives it to Gonzalez, who walks across half court with 4 to play. 70-61 Carson-Newman. They've not made a basket in 3 minutes, but still have the lead as Brooks knocks it out of bounds on a pass that Gonzalez was trying to get to the wing for Rogers. 3:53 to go in the fourth quarter. Carson-Newman trying to punch its 9th trip to the SAC title game here today. Sullivan to Knuckles, midcourt catch. Knuckles crosses over, hands off to Rogers at the wing. She goes between the legs, cuts in the lane, looks, picks up the dribble, finds Gonzalez, who cuts, floats it up, missed it, follows up or miss. Second chance opportunity. Out front Knuckles, Eagles reset. 3:35 to play. Gonzalez top of the key, 3.5 to go now. 10 to shoot. They give it to Weddington. Skip past Rogers. Rogers to Sullivan. Sullivan at the wing, looks. 5 to shoot. They give it to Maddie Knuckles with 3. Knuckles rips through, drives, running right-hand shot, nearly banked it in. Hill rebounds. 3:15 to go. Harris transition. Right-hand dribble to the trailing Hill. She pump fakes a 3, drives inside, puts it up and in. 7-point game with almost 3 to play. The Trojans have 4 straight. Some game pressure put on the Lady Eagles here in the fourth quarter. Less than 3 to go. Pass to Sullivan, right wing. Sullivan has the ball, hasn't dribbled yet. Now does around a Knuckles screen. Anderson's defense and crowd cheering for defense as Sullivan drives. Left-hand shot off the window, missed it strong. Rebound Sheridan, and we've got a held ball, and the arrow favors Carson-Newman. Anderson's crowd was chanting for defense, and the defense got a missed shot, but Rogers went for the offensive rebound and tied up possession. 2:43 to play, a fresh 20-second shot clock for a Carson-Newman offense that has not made a basket in 3.5 minutes, and that's allowed the Trojans to get within 7. This issue at the scores table just confirming something with one of the officials. Carson-Newman's missed its last 5 shots after starting this quarter 2 of 3. Gonzalez looking from the baseline, gets it in on a bounce pass to Weddington, and Weddington traveled. That's Carson-Newman's 3rd second-half turnover, and it comes during a scoring drought, and the Trojans can make it a 2-possession game on this trip. Carson-Newman up by 7, playing defense with 2:35 to play. To the left wing, Sheridan catches. To the corner, Harris. Harris around a Kane screen, drives to the elbow. Step back shot is up, too strong. Rogers in the right spot for her 11th rebound. Back-to-back double-digit rebounding days for Keeley. And now she hands off to Gonzalez with 2:15 to play. Emily drives right and gives to Sullivan. Sullivan wants a screen and roll with Maddie Knuckles. Now a handoff to Rogers. Rogers with 12, driving inside, goes to the baseline, stops. Around a Knuckles screen, picks up the dribble, gives it to Weddington. She pump fakes a 3, driving in the middle of the floor, lost the ball, goes to the floor for it. Timeout, Mike Mincy. 2 seconds on the shot clock. It's Carson-Newman's 3rd timeout. They have 1 left. It'll be a 30-second timeout. Carson-Newman's offense has been in a rough stretch here down the stretch of this fourth quarter, and as a result, the Trojans have drawn within 7 in a low-scoring fourth quarter, and the Lady Eagles will have to have some quick offense out of this timeout. They'll have just 2 seconds to shoot. If you're just joining us, this has been a fantastic back-and-forth game. Many lead changes, 11 total. 7 of them were in the first quarter. The game's been tied 7 times. Anderson took a slim third-quarter lead at 50-49, but the Lady Eagles, after that point in quarter 3, it was at the 3:42 mark, they took a 2-point lead. But Carson-Newman responded and closed the third quarter on a 12-3 scoring run, including a 12-0 scoring run to make it a 7-point game, or to make it a 10-point game and then a 7-point game at the end of the third quarter. Now the Lady Eagles just trying to close things out against a stingy 8 seed in Anderson, a team that has played better than its record indicates in postseason play. They ended Lenore Ryan's 19-game winning streak and took down the 1 seed 2 days ago, and now they're trying to pull the upset in a miraculous comeback. Inbound to Knuckles, she catches, shoots, and it's an air ball. Shot clock violation. Another Carson-Newman turnover. So more turnovers in the second half in the last 2 possessions for Carson-Newman than it had in the first 17 minutes of this second half. Now 11 for the game. 70-63. Carson-Newman's used its defense to create separation. Can the defense step up again here late in the fourth quarter? Up 7. 1:45 to go. Anderson gives the ball to Harris. Ciara Harris at the top of the key, a right-hand dribble, a bounce pass to Kane. She splits 2 with a Euro step, missed the shot at the rim. Rebound, Maddie Knuckles, her 4th. Ball to Gonzalez with 90 seconds to play. She walks it up the floor. Pressure defense from Jada Brooks. Gonzalez around his screen, gives the ball to Keely Rogers, left wing. Rogers, right-hand dribble to the elbow, bounce it, Sullivan, right wing. Sullivan around a Knuckles screen, drives to the foul line, stops and now dribbles out front with 6. Jen outside the arc, crossing over against Brooks, drives inside, floats it up, missed it wide left. Rebound Sheridan. 65 seconds to play. Brooks brings it up the floor. A minute to go now. Brooks at the top of the key, gives it to Kane inside. Kane backing down Knuckles, running shot up and in. Timeout Anderson. 70-65, 56 seconds to play. The Trojans call time. It's their first called timeout of the game. With 55.8 to play, they have scored the last 6 points in the game that have come in the last 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Carson-Newman's gone cold at the worst time, has missed its last 7 shots and has not scored in more than 4 minutes, but still is clinging to a 5-point advantage here in the South Atlantic Conference semifinals. 5th straight season these two clubs have met in the conference tournament. They met in 2022, and the Eagles won the SAC title in that game. In 2023, the Trojans ended Carson-Newman's season with a quarterfinal win. They met again in 2024, and Carson-Newman won that quarterfinal game. They met last year, and the Trojans won in the semis, and now Carson-Newman is trying to win in the semis this year. They're up 5. They inbound the ball to Sullivan. She's doubled and lobs it back to Rogers. Rogers crosses half court with ease. The Trojans will play the possession out, it seems. Eagles give it to Knuckles. Knuckles crossing over with the dribble out front. 40 seconds. Hill with light defense. 12 to shoot. Knuckles crosses over again. Now 10 seconds. Maddie dribbles and gives to Sullivan with 8. 32 seconds. Sullivan, left-hand dribble to the elbow. Kicks it baseline. Weddington, jump shot. Had it blocked. Gonzalez rebounds and is out of bounds. Carson-Newman has missed 8 straight shots from the field. Hasn't scored in nearly 5 minutes. The Trojans get another stand defensively and have the ball. They'll call a 30-second timeout, advance it into the front court, and try to make it a one-possession game. Carson-Newman had a 70-59 lead at the halfway point of this fourth quarter, and they've not scored since, but luckily the Trojans have only made 3 baskets during this stretch to keep Carson-Newman in front by 5 points, 70-65. 30-second timeout. Both teams still in the huddle as the second buzzer sounds. Carson-Newman's 2 of 11 in this quarter after going 7 of 14 in the third. Meanwhile, the Trojans were 5 of 18 in the third and are 5 of 15 in the fourth from the field. All right, Sheridan will inbound the ball. Cross-court entry. Sheridan, right corner to Kane. She rips through, drives baseline, goes corner. Ciara Harris, fade away 3, up and in and out. Weddington, defensive rebound, number 9. Outlet to Knuckles, and she's harassed and fouled. Anderson struggles from the field continue, especially from 3, as Harris can't come up with the 3, and then fouled Maddie Knuckles, who is going to try to go for her first career 30-point game. And try to snap a scoring drought and try to seal a championship appearance for the Lady Eagles here. 70-65, 17.3 seconds left. First one up, and it rattles through. Spins all the way around and drops in for Knuckles, who is 11 of 11 from the foul line. 29 for the junior. Next one up, too strong. Rebound Sheridan, timeout Trojans. Knuckles' first miss from the foul line comes in her 12th attempt. She has got 29. It stays a two-possession game at 71-65. Trojans will call their second timeout of this game and here in the final minute. Carson-Newman's used some good second-half defense once again. This game's gotten close because of Carson-Newman's late offensive struggles. And now they're trying to close it out with some more quality defending here in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Knuckles has a career-high 29 to pace Carson-Newman. Delaney Weddington's matched her career high and is a rebound away from a double-double. She's got 12 and 9. Sullivan's pitched in 19 as well. And now the Lady Eagles try to get one more stand defensively to close out this game. 16 seconds left. Trojans down 6. Hill, one-handed pass, far corner to Kane. Over to Sheridan, right wing three is up and no good. Hill offensive rebound, left-hand layup good, 10 seconds. Carson-Newman will call timeout. Well, Weddington gave up the offensive rebound and then stayed away from Hill, did not want to foul her. And so wise play from the freshman allows Hill to get the easy left-hand layup for her 9th point of the game. 10 seconds left, 71-67. And Carson-Newman will request for time. They have no timeouts left. That is the final timeout that head coach Mike Mincy can use. The Lady Eagles have not subbed in the second half. Maddie Knuckles, Delaney Weddington, Emily Gonzalez, Jen Sullivan, and Keely Rogers have all played the entire second half. Gonzalez has played all 40 minutes. Sullivan and Knuckles have played 37 each, Rogers 36, and Weddington 31. Those 5 have been tasked with closing things out and taking care of business here in the semifinal round. Lady Eagles 10 seconds away from getting back to the SAC title game. They made it in 2022 and won the thing against Anderson. They made it in 2024 and lost to Wingate. And they're trying to make it again in 2026. For what would be the 3rd time in 5 years and the program's 9th championship game appearance. They have 3 career championships at the SAC tournament. Step 2 in progress and trying to be complete. 10 seconds left. Maddie Knuckles, Weddington, Gonzalez, Sullivan out there as Rogers inbounds and looks, bounces. It's kicked by Gravel right in front of the scorer's table. Rogers is inbounding just in front of head coach Mike Mincy and to the left of the bench. Rogers will try again. Looks, bounces to Sullivan, who's wide open. Sullivan drives to the basket and is fouled before a shot could potentially go up. 8.1 seconds left. 1.9 came off the clock. And that is Kyla Kane's 5th foul of the day. First player to foul out is the junior from Atlanta. And head coach Jonathan Barbary will turn to Elena Eckel, who has delivered 5 bench points and a triple off the bench as well. And they'll also bring in Kiara Flugens. And out goes Gravel. Trojans will make one more sub. Jada Brooks will sprint into the game, and out goes Ciara Harris. 71-67. You figure here the Trojans will burn that final timeout they have after these free throws as Sullivan gets ready to line up the first one, and it's good. A 20-point game for Jen Sullivan after making her 3rd free throw of the day. 15th 20-point game of the year. Next one up, swished in. 73-67, still a 2-possession game. Trojans will bring Ashley Hill into the game. And out goes Ashlyn Sheridan, and I think Coach Barbary wanted to get his seniors out there, and he'll burn a timeout here as well. Anderson timeout, that's their final one. It'll be a full timeout as well. Carson-Newman has missed its last 8 field goals, has not made a basket in 7 minutes to finish this game, but defense and free throws has closed things out for Carson-Newman to help it lead 73-67. Can we invite you to stick around for the Domino's post-game report? We'll have our selection of the premier player of the game. Expect to hear from Maddie Knuckles after a career-high 29. Excellence doesn't happen by accident. The premier team delivers service with pride. Final instructions from head coach Mike Mincy. His 5 starters are sitting down, resting as much as they can. And the Trojans now have taken the floor. Head coach Jonathan Barbary has taken his 2 starters out of the game, or 2 of their seniors, Ciara Harris and Ashlyn Sheridan. They are out of the game with the Trojans down 6. Lob it inside. Flugents can't make the catch. He goes out of bounds. It'll be Carson-Newman ball with 7 seconds, and all the Eagles need to do is inbound and run out the clock. Anderson's going to make a change. They want to bring a substitution in. Rose Gravel's going to come in. Kaya Barrett's going to come in as well. Flugents and Eckel out. Eckel a senior. Flugents a senior as well. And with 7 seconds left, Lady Eagles lead by 6. Rogers inbounds to Sullivan. She's doubled and gives it back to Rogers. Final seconds will roll off for the third time in 5 years. Carson-Newman is back in the SAC championship game. Final score, 73 for the Lady Eagles, 67 for the Trojans. Second championship appearance in the last 3 years as well, and the 9th for the program as well. Final score, Lady Eagles win it by 6 points behind a career day from Maddie Knuckles. She drops 29, and Carson-Newman will play on to the SAC championship game tomorrow at 1 p.m. Knuckles had 29, Sullivan had 21, Weddington had 12, and Carson-Newman punches its ticket, and step 2 is complete. They'll play for a SAC title for the 3rd time in 5 years and for the 2nd time in 3 years. Domino's post-game report breaks down Carson-Newman's semi-final win after these messages. This is the Eagle Sports Network.
Hey Eagle fans, check out the Eagle Shop, the official store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Located in the MSAC Grand Hall, the Eagle Shop has all your Carson-Newman apparel, from brands like Nike, Columbia, and Comfort Colors. The Eagle Shop has all your gifts, gear, and accessories. Can't make it in person? Visit eagleshop.cn.edu. That's eagleshop.cn.edu for all your Carson-Newman clothing needs.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
The game's over, but we're just getting warmed up. The Domino's post-game report starts in 60 seconds on the Eagle Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser-focused on your success.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
This is the Domino's post-game report on the Eagle Sports Network.
Left wing Rutherford 3 up and kaboom! Tori Rutherford.
Your stats breakdown A conversation with Mike Mincy, presented by Modern Woodman Financial Planning. Plus the selection of the AEC electrifying play and the premier building maintenance player of the game are all headed your way. Today's game is also brought to you in part by Appalachian Electric Cooperative. We're AEC, powering the Eagles and Mossy Creek. By Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. By the Eagle Club, the family of Eagles. By Magaha Electric, providing quality electrical services and products to East Tennessee for more than 40 years. By First Bank, the official banking partner of Carson-Newman Athletics. By InterDigital, IT support and marketing, laser focused on your success. By Fresh Ideas, a foundation of fresh food and speedy service. By Lisa's Country Kitchen, the best food for the best prices. By Food City, value every day. By Premier Building Maintenance, delivering service with pride. By Trilite, dream big with gig. By Modern Woodman Financial Planning, touching lives and securing futures. By the Mossy Creek Roasting Company, family owned and operated, coffee fueling the Burt Carr Stadium press box. And by the Eagle Shop, the official store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Let's head back to the arena and the voice of the Lady Eagles, Andrew Rogers.
Carson-Newman victorious in the semifinal round of the South Atlantic Conference Championships. The Lady Eagles collect a victory over the Trojans, 73-67, to advance to the program's 9th championship game all time. And for the third time in 5 seasons, Carson-Newman will play for a SAC title to try to win a 4th SAC title as well. What a performance from Maddie Knuckles and company to get this victory. She goes for a career-high 29 points to help the Lady Eagles get the victory here in Rock Hill to move to the championship game. We'll hear from Maddie Knuckles, head coach Mike Mincy, and Jennifer Sullivan as we go through the Domino's post-game report. This is the Domino's post-game report, Eagle fans. Domino's is the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. When you're hungry, reach for Domino's. Domino's probably has a deal for you as well. You can get a large one-topping pizza for $6.99 with your Carson-Newman ID, or you can get 25% off your entire order when you bring in your business card at lunch. Domino's is the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. A fantastic scoring day from Maddie Knuckles, powered by good second-half defense as well, gets Carson-Newman into the SAC championship game. And right now, trying to go through, it's the most points in a SAC tournament game since Braylon Weichels' 29 against Lincoln Memorial in the 2021 season. March 1st, Carson-Newman lost at home to Lincoln Memorial. Braylon had 29. That's the last time a Lady Eagle had scored that many points in a conference tournament game, and Maddie Knuckles pours in 29 to pace Carson-Newman to a 73-67 victory. We'll tell you how we got to this point. Carson-Newman early on with Anderson, they went back and forth. There were 7 total lead changes, but the Lady Eagles used a nice run at the end of the first quarter to take control. They used a 13-5 burst over the final 3 minutes to go up by 4, 24-20. The Lady Eagles would lead for the entire second quarter. Trojans tied the game twice, and that second tie resulted in our halftime scores. The Trojans trailed by as many as 5 in the second quarter, but scored 7 of the final 9 points to level the score at 38 apiece at intermission. Carson-Newman would start the third quarter well, but the Trojans had some early answers. The Trojans took a 3-point lead on an Ashley Hill 3, but Carson-Newman rattled off the next 6 to take a 3-point lead at 48-45. The Trojans retook the lead for the 11th time. We had a lead change. It was 50-48 with 3:42 to play, but then Carson-Newman went on a 12-0 scoring run where Maddie Knuckles scored 10 of those 12 points to make it a 10-point game. Anderson drilled a triple in the final seconds of the third, and Carson-Newman carried a 7-point lead into the third quarter. Fourth quarter, Carson-Newman continued that success. Maddie Knuckles and Delaney Weddington combined to score 4 of the first 8 for the Lady Eagles to jump out to a 13-point lead. But Carson-Newman never made a field goal in the final 7 minutes of the game and used free throws, made 7 free throws in the final 6 minutes to hold off Anderson in the semifinal round, 73-67. What a day for Maddie Knuckles, especially in the second half. She carried Carson-Newman's scoring load. She scored 17 of Carson-Newman's 35 second half points. And Knuckles also, if you combine her and Weddington's output, they combined for 25 of the 35 Lady Eagles points in the second half of play. 73-67, the final score here from Rock Hills Sports and Event Center. We'll hear from Knuckles, who had 29, 7 of 13 shooting, most points in a conference tournament game since Braylon Weichel's 29 against Lincoln Memorial on March 1st of 2021. I'm sure you'll hear that once or twice as we continue on through this post-game report as well. Behind her was Jen Sullivan, who notched her 15th 20-point game of the year. Half of Jen's games this year, she has erupted for 20 points or more. She goes for 21 on 7 of 16 shooting, made 3 threes, and is now up to 80 triples for this season, third most threes in a single season in program history. With 3 more today, 4 of 4 from the foul line, and had 3 rebounds as well. Delaney Weddington rounded out Carson-Newman's double-digit scorers. She had a 12-point day. Second straight game, she's reset her career high, and she's done it for the 3rd time in 4 games. She continues to just be really good for Carson-Newman, and that was the case here again today. Got her first career start and was a rebound away from a double-double. 12 points, 9 rebounds for the freshman forward from Morristown, Tennessee, where she played high school basketball at Morristown West. What a performance from Weddington off of in Carson-Newman's starting lineup for the first time today. Emily Gonzalez had a nice bounce-back day, was in foul trouble yesterday, finished with 8 points and 6 rebounds to go along with 5 assists. Her 5 assists led Carson-Newman's team in this game. Keely Rogers continues to be CN's best rebounder. 11 more boards for Rogers in this game to lead all rebounders in this game. Keely has now double-digit rebounds in 19 of her 30 games this year and has grabbed 10 or more in 3 straight as well. She had 3 points. Carson-Newman got no points from its bench, did not sub in the second half, relied on its starting 5, and it pays off for a 6-point victory over the Anderson Trojans. 73-67 the final. Carson-Newman shoots 40% despite not making a basket there in the final 7 minutes and going 0 of 8 in its final 8 shot attempts after a 2 of 3 start from the field in the 4th quarter. The Lady Eagles pour in 8 threes on 19 tries, but it's all about the free throw shooting as well. Carson-Newman makes 21 of its 26 foul shots. The free throw line was what kind of separated Carson-Newman in the scoring column for the SAC in the regular season and really in some of its games this season, but it was the team attacking, being aggressive, getting to the foul line, and Carson-Newman's 21 made free throws are a season high, and its 26 attempts were a season high as well. Final score 73-67 as Carson-Newman collects the semifinal win in what was the 5th straight SAC tournament game between Carson-Newman and Anderson. 5th straight season they've met in postseason play at the conference's basketball tournament. The Eagles win the 3rd of the 5 meetings. 12 turnovers for Carson-Newman, but here's the big story from the turnover battle. Anderson only had 7, but Carson-Newman scored 13 points off those Anderson 7 turnovers, while the Trojans only scored 7 points off of their 12 turnovers. Carson-Newman out-rebounded Anderson 42-33, despite just a 1 rebound difference on the offensive glass. And the Lady Eagles assist on 13 of their 22 baskets. Anderson scored 67 points, shot 37% from the field, 25 of 67, led by Ashlyn Sheridan's 13 on 4 of 13 shooting. 12 for Ciara Harris, the newcomer of the year, had struggled in today's game, just 4 of 17 shooting, 12 points for her. Jen Sullivan did an outstanding job defensively on her throughout this basketball game. Jessica Cooper poured in 10 points off the bench. She was Anderson's 3rd double-digit scorer, had a couple of rebounds in 9 minutes on the floor as well. Ashley Hill one of the 5 freshmen to make the all-freshman team, had 9 points on 4 of 5 shooting. Jada Brooks had 8 points and 5 assists. The assists were a team high. Kyla Kane had just 6 after going for 20 in the last meeting between these two teams. Jayla Cal and Kiara Flugins each had a couple of baskets off the bench for a Trojans team that scores 67 points on 37% shooting. They had a 19-0 advantage in bench points, but that was not enough to help get them over the top against Carson-Newman in the semifinal round. A couple of wins at the SAC tournament have basically secured Carson-Newman an NCAA tournament berth. Where that is in the NCAA tournament, we don't know, obviously. We'll know Selection Sunday, but we do know Carson-Newman will be playing in the NCAA tournament, and we'll also be playing for a South Atlantic Conference championship tomorrow at 1 o'clock. We continue on with the Domino's post-game report. We'll hear from head coach Mike Mincy. We'll hear from our premier player of the game, Maddie Knuckles, and we'll hear from Jen Sullivan as well. All that and much more from a Carson-Newman victory in the semifinal round. Final score was 73-67. We continue on the Domino's post-game report after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
Protect your home from unwanted electrical surges. AEC can install a surge protection device at your electric meter. The device works by diverting excess energy toward the ground through the ground wire. AEC also offers surge devices for inside your home to defend against possible voltage spikes that could damage your electronics, appliances, or equipment. This service is affordable and dependable. Order today and enjoy no connection fee. AEC, we power what matters most.
In 2025, we celebrate 130 years of Carson-Newman athletics. Over the years, the teams at Carson-Newman have been known for their toughness and Christian spirit. Through the decades, teams and individuals playing at the highest levels have brought recognition for this little school on the banks of Mossy Creek. While we remember the past, we look towards the future. So join the Eagle Club today as we continue to support our athletes and coaches through funding and facilities. Talons up.
Join the Eagle Club today. Visit cneagles.com/Eagle Club.
More player interviews and stats come your way in 60 seconds when the Domino's postgame report continues on the Eagles Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
Andrew Rogers back here at the Rock Hill Sports and Event Center as we continue on with the Domino's post-game report, now joined by the Lady Eagles head coach Mike Mincy after a semifinal victory over Anderson 73-67. Coach, congratulations. Second time in 3 years, third time in 5 years. You'll play for a South Atlantic Conference championship, and you did it again with quality second-half defense, and your offense powered by a career day from Maddie Knuckles get you into the conference tournament championship game. Break this one down. Obviously had a lot of good things in this game. Stuck with the starting five for the entire second half, and really everybody, or those five specifically that were on the floor, really made some big plays throughout the game.
Yeah, I mean, we held them to 29 points in the second half, and it's not my nature, honestly, as a coach to try to rely on just five for a second half. But, you get to this point in the season and you take into account everything that's took place throughout the regular season, certainly the postseason, and you played 2 games against Anderson already, and you got to put it together another game plan when you split with them. Obviously, we did not win at their place, and a lot of that was getting stuff out of the press and putting them at the free throw line and all that kind of thing. So I'm proud of them. Obviously Knuckles had a fantastic day. I mean, they all had to, because that was the only 5 we played in the second half. It wasn't all we played for the game, but Knuckles' performance was unreal in terms of what he have 29.
Yep.
Of course, Jen goes for 21, and then Delaney goes for 12, and I'm sure you'll talk about Delaney at some point. But really proud of our defensive effort, man. I think we were on point, dialed in as to how we try to need to guard them. And, it got a little scary there late when we gave up that 12-point lead or whatever it was. But anytime you can win in semifinals, get the championship game, it's pretty special.
We'll start talking about Maddie Knuckles to put in perspective her 29-point day. Most points in a conference tournament game since Braylon Weichel's 29 in the opening round of the 2021 tournament, a loss to Lincoln Memorial that year. What allowed her to have so much success? Reset her career high against Anderson back in December with 23. What allowed her to do that again here today?
Well, I think it's just her ability to go inside and out. We've talked about it. I mean, not that she necessarily goes inside and out with her back to the bucket. She goes inside and out with her ability to dribble the basketball and drive. And then, what was she? 4 of 6 from the 3. We've known that she's got special God-given abilities, to be honest with you. 6 foot tall, handle it, shoot threes, drive it inside. And then, they're late, or I think when we kind of extended the lead, I think, we were able to run some just simple action and get her hands on the ball, either from the elbow or at the top of the key, and try to let her, create out of it. And obviously it worked out for us.
Jen Sullivan, she goes for 21 points. She's scored 20 or more in half her games this year. But I think with the scoring is probably her defensive performance on Ciara Harris. Held her to 4 of 17 shooting and made life difficult on the newcomer of the year. Yeah. What'd you see from Jen on both ends of the floor to put together maybe her best two-way performance on both ends of the floor?
Jen's obviously she's a very physical on-ball defender, which is what you need against a player like Harris, who had a career day against LR the other day. And we've always known that we might call Keeley like our quote-unquote best defender, but if you want to put somebody on the ball to try to stop them that's a high-level scorer, especially like Ciara Harris, Jen's going to be the one that we're going to give that to. And again, it's just like she does a really good job on ball pressure, and then certainly dealing with ball screens, whether she's having to go underneath or get over the top. And she's a special player, and we're going to enjoy having her for the remaining games that we have.
Keely Rogers led you in rebounding with 11. Emily Gonzalez led you in assists with 5. But Delaney Weddington, you throw her into the lineup in the conference tournament semifinals for her first career start, and comes up a rebound shy of a double-double with 12 points, 9 rebounds. You talked about it yesterday. You wanted to use her and put her out there for the entire second half because of her IQ. Yeah. You left her out there with the 5 that played the entire second half. Yep. How have you been able to trust this freshman? And it seems like it's something that maybe you've never experienced, to have someone like this go from really not seeing much time and not being in the rotation to being one of the most impactful players in a postseason.
Yeah, run. I mean, it's happened pretty late here, but in 21-22, we inserted Abby Wilson and Taylor Goforth into the starting lineup, who are not regular starters during their career, and we went on a massive run toward the end of the year, and obviously won the tournament that year against Anderson. Yep. So that would be the closest comparison to doing that, but they played during the year. Like Delaney's had to work her way into. It's like we knew she was there, but we kind of found her talent kind of when we went through that adversity with that 4-game losing streak, and then Jen getting the flu put Delaney into the rotation when we played those 3 games there, and so now she's been in double figures 4 of the last 6 games. And it's the coach's decision. I was really excited yesterday to play her. And then going into today, obviously we start her, and everybody I talked to within our camp, I was like, I feel really good about today, because I feel like Delaney is going to be the difference maker in how we defend and how we guard, with her length and her intelligence on when to help and try to, bring a secondary defender to certain things. So, we have a lot of good players, but, obviously a lot of attention is going toward Delaney right now because of the nature of her not playing a whole lot. And now look at her playing 30 minutes in a semifinal game in the SAC tournament, and like you said, almost going for a double-double and scoring 12 points. It's quite phenomenal, actually.
All right, championship game tomorrow at 1 o'clock. You've completed the first 2 steps of trying to win 3 games in 3 days. Coker and LMU are warming up, and you'll get one of those 2 teams. Split with both in the regular season, 2 different styles, but both pretty good teams, obviously. That'll be in the NCAA tournament as well. Yep. You played those same 5 for a lot of minutes in all of the second half, obviously, to get them rested up. What else does this team need to do to get ready for tomorrow's championship game?
Well, you get to this point, and obviously we were not a 1 or 2 seed, and you don't have that day in between, but It's part of it, man. You know, if you're going to win, you know, a lot of these kids, they're going to play a lot of the same kids. They're going to play a lot of the same kids. They're going to eat up a lot of minutes. It's just the way it goes when it comes tournament time. You know, so we got to go and get them fed right, get them nutrition right, and then we should have enough rest. I mean, they're young kids. I mean, I know they played back-to-back games, but we're all doing that, you know. So to me, it's like, it's not really a big deal. And I kind of like the fact that we played. It was a quick turnaround. We played again, and it'll be a fairly quick turnaround tomorrow to play. But, you know, these are two really good teams left. We feel like we're good. We're all NCAA tournament teams. Yeah. Obviously, one's playing for a potential host spot, and you know, Coker's been there before. So this is going to be a really good game. But, you know, they're both really good defensive teams going into whoever goes to the championship game, and we want to certainly be that way as well. Somebody that can get down and guard and hold our own on the defensive end.
All right, Coach, congratulations on the win. We'll talk to you after the championship game tomorrow.
All right, thank you.
That is the Lady Eagles head coach Mike Mincy after a 73-67 victory over the Anderson Trojans. Carson-Newman head coach Mike Mincy's post-game comments brought to you by Modern Woodman Financial Planning, touching lives and securing futures. We continue on with the Domino's post-game report. Andrew Rogers now joined by our premier player of the game, Maddie Knuckles. Second straight day, Maddie, you're the premier player of the game, and for good reason. Career-high 29 points, and to put that in perspective for you, most points in a conference tournament game since Braylon Michael had 29 in 2021. How were you able to do that today? Obviously, you reset your career high against Anderson earlier in the year and had an even better game now. What clicked for you offensively, inside and outside?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I kind of blacked out during the game. I was just trying to be there for my team, and I knew that they were going to try to rotate a lot on our guards especially. I think they have some tough guards, strong guards that can defend, but, you know, if they just get out of position and I'm open, knocking those shots down, like I said yesterday, it's really not me going to get buckets. It's just my team, and I thought we did a good job of getting to the foul line today, like he mentioned in the locker room. I think that was a lot of my game today, gave me some fuel because I haven't really got to the line a lot this year, so.
You mentioned making shots. You made 4 of your 6 threes, career high 4 3-pointers. I think you mentioned this to me in our interview about winning all-SAC third-team honors, that your three-point shot hadn't been what it was last year and up to this year. How have you stayed confident with your jump shot and now seeing it pay off when it's mattering most?
Yeah, I knew it was going to fall at some point. I knew I had to keep shooting and get through it. It was a little footwork thing for me, but I think I was just thinking too much on my threes, overanalyzing a little bit. So now just my teammates give me confidence every day, so I think that it just runs through me a little bit, and knocking those shots down, I see my team gets hyped, so I just want to be there for them and hit them when I can. So.
Second straight game where your defense in the second half really is the difference in the game. You held Anderson to 31% shooting, and that's what helped allow you guys overcome a drought there at the end of the game from the field to hold them off. How has this defense continue to get better throughout a game as a game and adjustments are made? Why does this defense continue to improve when it's needed in the second half?
I think Delaney was big today. I think adding her to the lineup, it made us bigger across the board, and I think that she's a great helper. She can guard on the ball and she can guard off the ball too. But I just think that we communicated really well today, and you know, there's always room for improvement. I think we communicate a little better moving forward tomorrow, because you know, tomorrow we're going to be tired. This game got our legs a little bit, so we're going to have to communicate a lot and just making sure we're in the right position and you know, focusing on the little things. You know, Kirsten.
You mentioned quick turnaround. You've been part of this. You were in the championship game as a freshman in 2024 and had to do it 3 games in 3 days, and now another opportunity to do that here in 2026. You'll get Coker or LMU, 2 teams you split in the regular season. What does this team need to do? What does that starting 5 need to do to be well rested as much as you can be to try to play at a high level in the championship game tomorrow?
We'll carb up tonight, get some good meal. I think we're going to go Olive Garden again.
Twice.
Good to us.
Twice.
Yep.
Good.
So I just think that, you know, we're excited. A lot of us have been here for 3 years straight, and it feels like we're so close every year. So nothing will be sweeter than finishing it out. And I think that we just got to come in focused, ready to take care of business, and trust each other, trust our teammates, hype each other up. You know, just play through mistakes, and that's it, really.
All right, Maddie, congratulations on the win and a career-high 29.
Thank you.
That is our premier player of the game, Maddie Knuckles, after a 29-point day. Our premier player of the game brought to you by the Premier Team, which delivers service with pride. Excellence doesn't happen by accident. The Premier Team delivers service with pride. Carson-Newman wins 73-67. Carson-Newman had 2 players go for 20+, and we'll hear from one of them now. As we continue on with the Domino's postgame report, Jennifer Sullivan joins us high atop the Rock Hill Sports and Event Center. After a 21-point day for you, Jen, a quality offensive day for this team, shoot 40%, and a quality defensive second half gets this group over the top against Anderson. What did this team need to do throughout today's game to get the job done to win and make it back to the championship game for the second time in 3 years?
Yeah, I think it was really just a matter of sitting down on defense and guarding and taking care of their big girls, and I thought we did really well. And then we came out on offense, shared the basketball really well, and I think that just kind of propelled us into it.
You mentioned defense. You had the matchup of this year's newcomer of the year, Ciara Harris. She had just 12 points, 4 of 17 shooting, and she only shot 2 free throws, and she lived at the line in that last meeting.
Right.
How were you able to win that matchup? And even though you go for 21, I think your defense was probably the most vital thing this team needed today.
Yeah, she's really good. She does really well when she's getting to the line a whole lot, but honestly, I kind of felt like the main defensive assignment was for Keely, Nux, all them, because they did try to get it inside a whole lot. So it was kind of just taking care of her, making sure she couldn't get inside a whole lot. But I think that their bigs were kind of clogging the paint a little bit, trying to get inside buckets more on us today. I think that was probably their assignment.
Talk about Maddie Knuckles. Most points by a player in a SAC tournament game since Braylon Weichel in 2021. Just goes to show how impressive of a day it was for her.
Yeah.
29 points, made 4 threes, a career high, and even when they put 2 on the ball, she ran the pick and roll and hit Delaney for a layup. That sticks out the most in part of her 3-assist day.
Yeah.
What impressed you about her play offensively for this team?
She was hooping, man. Like it was awesome to watch. What was she from free throw? Like
11 of 12.
11 of 12. Like she's been a solid free throw shooter all year, and I think that she just was super physical today. She was hitting outside shots. She was a super tough guard for them, and I was just really proud of her. I think she hit some really big time shots.
You're going to get Lincoln Memorial or Coker tomorrow. They're about to play, and you've split with those 2 teams in the regular season, so you know you can beat obviously both. And I think at this stage in the year, you know you can beat everybody because you're going to be an NCAA tournament team. What's this team need to do? Obviously, those starting 5 that ended the game and started the second half never came out and played a lot of minutes besides rest. And to get ready for tomorrow, what does the focus need to be for this group to try to win a SAC championship for the program for just the 4th time?
I think definitely just take care of ourselves, rest, recovery. We know what to do as far as both of those teams. Like you said, we've had a split with both of them, so we know we're capable of beating them. I think we're in a really good position, and definitely we're right where we want to be.
All right, Jen, congrats on a win for the 2nd straight day.
Thank you, Andrew.
That is Jennifer Sullivan after a 21-point performance for Carson-Newman. Eagles win 73-67. 2 players go for 20. Jen and Maddie lead Carson-Newman's attack, and a victory here in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Lady Eagles back in the championship game for the 3rd time in 5 years and for the 2nd time in 3 years. Mike Mincy will coach the Lady Eagles into the SAC title game. It'll be the program's 9th appearance as well. Carson-Newman baseball is in action today. A scoreless 1st inning. The Eagles now batting and have a runner at first base with 1 out in the frame. That is the only other Carson-Newman athletics contest going on. The Eagles on the baseball diamond hosting a number 3 Catawba team. 2nd time in 3 weeks the Eagles on the baseball side are hosting a top 10 team in South Atlantic Conference play. Carson-Newman will play for the SAC title tomorrow at 1 o'clock. The matchup will be either against the 2-seed Lincoln Memorial or against the 3-seeded Coker Cobras. We'll have a full game recap, highlights, interviews, much more to get you ready for tomorrow's championship game. Lady Eagles improved to 21-9 with the victory and have won back-to-back games here at the conference tournament. 2 steps of 3 complete to a SAC title. They'll go for the 3rd step tomorrow in the championship game. Trojans with the loss have their season ended at 13-17. For our entire crew here along the Eagles Sports Network, as well as Jay Adams keeping us on the air throughout today's game. I'm Andrew Rogers signing off from Rock Hill, South Carolina. Carson-Newman will play for a South Atlantic Conference championship tomorrow at 1 o'clock. The Lady Eagles take down Anderson in the 5th straight meeting at the SAC tournament by beating the Trojans in the semis 72-67. We'll talk to you tomorrow, 12:45 airtime to get you set for a SAC championship battle between Carson-Newman and either Lincoln Memorial or Coker. We'll talk to you tomorrow from Rock Hill, South Carolina. Andrew Rogers signing off. Thanks for joining us, and we'll talk to you tomorrow from Rock Hill, the SAC championship game.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
You've been listening to the Domino's postgame report on the Eagle Sports Network. Today's game has been brought to you in part by Appalachian Electric Cooperative. We're AEC, powering the Eagles and Mossy Creek. By Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. By the Eagle Club, the family of Eagles. By Magaha Electric, providing quality electrical services and products to East Tennessee for more than 40 years. By First Bank, the official banking partner of Carson-Newman Athletics. By InterDigital, IT support and marketing, laser focused on your success. By Fresh Ideas, a foundation of fresh food and speedy service. By Lisa's Country Kitchen, the best food for the best prices. By Food City, value every day. By Premier Building Maintenance, delivering service with pride. By Tri-Lite, dream big with Gig. By Modern Woodman Financial Planning, touching lives and securing futures. By the Mossy Creek Roasting Company, family-owned and operated, coffee fueling the Burt Tarr Stadium press box. And by the Eagle Shop, the official store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. The executive producer of the Eagle Sports Network is Matt Pope. Producers Adam Cavalier, Andrew Rogers, Ian Johnson, Jay West, Brianna, she's just a girl, DeCrow, and Matt Scalzo. I'm staff announcer Ernie Anderson. A special thanks to Carson-Newman and University President Dr. Charles A. Fowler. Stay tuned to these stations for information on our next presentation of Carson-Newman basketball. In the meantime, visit cneagles.com for recaps, highlights, and interviews from today's game. This is the Eagle Sports Network.